Hello, everyone, and welcome to Valtorn, episode 18, I believe. That means we only have 2 more left. Sad. We're already plotting ideas for future Valtorn series, but we do have a few other shows already in the works as well, which we will give more details about in the future. So don't worry. Even though Valtorn is ending, there will be more content for you. Have no fret. But before we get into today's episode, we would like to give a shout out to our sponsor. Thank you, Roll20, for sponsoring today's episode. If you want to see how we do our dice rolling, character sheets, all of that stuff, it's all through Roll20. There should be a link down below as well that you can snag and utilize yourself, but it is handy. You can do maps. There's really sick lighting options. There's like you can do card games, you can do board games, like you can do all kinds of things with it. So have fun. Bentham and I were also like, we were missing, because I was like, oh man, I wish I had more time to learn how to do like the code parts of like integrating like OBS with some of the API, because you can like link health bars and stuff like that, like we did for our previous show. So maybe I'll take some time to learn, because that stuff's fun, but he spent hours and hours on end coding stuff.
He just coded for months and then was like, plug this into OBS. And I'm like, okay, it's working. It's not working.
And then he'd be like quickly trying to fix it or be like, just turn it off. But yeah, you can do all kinds of cool things, which is really neat. We also would like you to check out our merch if you're interested. You know, if you're looking for something to keep you warm, a mug to drink your drink in, you can head on over to designbyhumans.com/shop/roll for it. Slashes are hard to say for some reason for me today. I apologize. And Vecna's Awakening has finished. If you didn't get to check it out on Tuesday, we have a playlist out. You can check it out over on our YouTube channel. We're very proud of it. Go show it some love. And we're very happy that Riftweaver gave us an early look at their product. And, you know, maybe we'll do some more stuff with them in the future. We did kind of leave off on a interesting note. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
You never know what players are going to do, and I'm sure Kai's feeling that way right now. Like, hey, get 3 fireballs to the face. Was not expecting you to do that.
No, I was not. They'll get one of them. That'll be fine. The other 2, not so much.
Well, leave it to Tyler to be like, let's do them all at the same time. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, let me roll a
yeah, that
D1000.
sounds like a great idea. Let's do it. And Kai's over there like, help. Anyways, we also want to thank our supporter today. Thank you to Mia Zilla for supporting today's episode. If you would like to become a supporter like Mia, also Mia is amazing outside of just supporting us on Patreon. They've made so many cool pieces of art. So if you can get some roll love in chat for Mia, that'd be great. But if you want to become a supporter like Mia Zilla and support an episode, you can head on over to our Patreon where we have all kinds of goodies over there. So if you'd like to see our after shows, which is kind of like the big piece that we have, or MP3s or background stories, we have all of our background stories for these characters and all kinds of other little thingies that you can grab. You can also become a Twitch sub here on Twitch. And you can use your Amazon Prime sub, you know, if you're not using it for something, could, you know, for freebies, hand it over to us. Or Jeff Bezos, you just want to give him your money, I guess that's an option too. But Twitch subs also get access to our emotes and VODs in advance. And if you become a YouTube member, you get access to some of those emotes as well. And whether you're a YouTube member, Twitch subscriber, or a Patreon supporter, you get access to our private Discord where we've been following along with Doozer. They've been catching up on Valtorn, so we've been watching them react to everything, and everyone who's already seen it too is kind of replying to them, which is kind of fun. But we also, you can also ask questions and stuff in there too.
I did not think how validating it would be to see somebody's like play-by-play reaction to everything.
What they're thinking,
and, like,
yeah.
No, it's been a blessing. Thank you.
That's why it's fun to be live on Twitch, because if you come join the live stream, we like interact when we're not in a scene, which is fun. And it's always cool to see people's live reactions to you. It's kind of like, you know, Broadway, where you're like, you have an audience watching you versus like you're an actor on a TV show.
Very true.
To give you some comparison. We're not that cool, but just, you know, comparison.
We might be one day.
I mean,
We're pretty cool.
hey, Broadway. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, for non-monetary ways to support us, because we know not everyone can support us in monetary ways, and there are plenty of ways to support us if you can't afford to support us monetarily. Like watching us live on Twitch. It may seem like a weird thing, but those numbers go where, and then people are like, oh, we want to sponsor you. And then we get opportunities like the Rift Weaver one where they came to us and they wanted us to show their product and we get to tell cool stories. So, and we get paid for it. Yay. That's super helpful. Also, you can only make clips while we're live on Twitch, which is the strangest thing ever, but please make clips for us. We've been loving them so far. I know Papa Tim has been making the most of them, so thank you, Papa. I'm going to give you a shout out. You can also watch us on YouTube, subscribe, liking, leaving a comment over there. You can even like go leave comments on there, you know, to all the past videos. No, I'm just kidding. And then following us on Twitter and Facebook, liking, sharing, retweeting. Pretty much almost every day we have something over there that you can share and retweet. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Kai Bear.
All right. To get us back into what was a bit of a rocky ending to the last episode, we're going to have the camera fly in through the clouds and over Los Angeles. As we go down to the Griffith Observatory, down the mountain, we see a bicycle going up the side of this very steep hill that Azuka has ridden on many times before.
Zuka's riding his bike off a cliff.
Can you make me an athletics check to see how well you're doing today?
It's a good analogy for how we went the last episode. Is like, yep, riding, and off a cliff.
Yep.
Yeah, fair.
Okay.
Yeah, we were doing so well. Oh,
So well.
I just
21.
forgot.
Is Azuka bigger now? Does this bike look smaller?
That's actually a good
Really
point.
curious.
How much different? Because I think you only go like maybe 3 or 4 inches taller.
Yeah.
Would that make a big difference? You think? For, like,
I mean,
come from the bike.
it's like being an 8th grader versus a high schooler. You know,
Honestly,
somehow
though,
everything
if
is
you're-
slightly different.
I used to like put bikes together and size people for bikes. Like that's what I did in college. If you're too tall for a bike, it actually hurts your knees. Like it's not good for your
Okay.
It's bad for your hips. I
But
bet.
you can do it. It's not hard.
Yeah.
You know,
It's like when
people have
you go to
BMX
skate
bikes that are
parks.
like the tiny ones. So yeah.
So yeah. You had a wonderful night with your family. Something that was incredibly heartwarming, revitalized you mentally and emotionally. And you make your way to the top of this hill as you see the Griffith Observatory. Bike towards the front, just ditch your bike as who's going to come up here to see Kate except for you. You open, you knock on the door, and it's no
I
answer.
got like a piece of French toast in my mouth, kind of that I brought with me as I kind of wait.
Roll
and
for
I'll knock
individual
again.
breakfast.
Okay, yeah. If I get
Yeah.
that 20, that might be useful from what I've been told about what's going on. I got a no. Way.
Nat
Look at
20.
that.
Kicking it off. Hold on, I gotta show chat.
Okay.
Oops, wrong.
First
Roll me a
piece of French
d20,
toast.
and whatever you roll, that's how many temporary hit points you get added on top.
Oh my god! I'm gonna
That's
wait for it
amazing.
to be on screen so I can see. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
it's on screen. It's on screen now. You're good.
You get 27
Ridiculous.
temp hit points? Or
No,
You know
wait,
what?
Let's see.
It was a nat 20 breakfast because your mom's made it for you.
Yeah, Yeah, I think that is-
It's
I think
made
that's the
with
canon.
love.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Let's
roll a
see what I roll.
D100 to see how much love.
Just
No,
5,
Tyler.
10.
We don't need to quantify love.
It didn't work.
Love is an
Good.
unquantifiable emotion.
No, it needs a roll.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, only 51 love.
Such average love. Why did you quantify it? Slightly above average.
There we go.
So you.
That's why
go
it's
ahead
only
and
a
add
5.
5 temporary hit points to you.
That's why it's only 5 temporary hit points.
I think it's only 5
God.
temporary hit points. I think it was more, but riding up this hill with a bike way too small for me, I just kept like bumping my knee against the handles and I kept losing temporary
I think
HP.
every time was a hit point.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Just a piece of French toast kept falling off, so you lost. bits of the
Yeah,
French toast.
exactly. Yeah.
It's like a pothole you just accidentally go into, and the seat hits you in an uncomfortable position. It's just like,
Oh.
we're moving. So you knock on the door.
Yeah, and I just kind of wait for a bit and then knock again. Kind of like look around as I wait for some kind of response, some kind of reply.
Nothing.
I'll like get closer to them and go, Cade?
Nothing. Off in the distance, just birds.
You kind of like walk around the observatory to see if there's like anyone
Tumbleweed
around.
off in the distance.
Where
You have a
is-
wonderful view of the city, but it's quiet.
Can I see if there's a window around I can climb into?
Sure. You know what? You've done this 100 times. You know how to sneak in and out of Cade's place. I'm not going to leave that up to a roll. There is a little window on the back section that you know the lock is broken to. And Cade's just, never taken the half second it would take to mend it because he's just that kind of person. Go up.
Yeah, I'll go up and go through there.
There's about a 4-foot drop as you go in and thunk. Your tennis shoes land and this echo goes through the entire place.
Cade?
As this is happening, the rest of everybody on the staircase going down into the catacombs of the mansion. As you walk into the darkness and above you, the door just closes up as you are running away from the dozens of guards that are now trying to flood your position after the traps were set and the alarms
I think
were
we're
triggered.
running away from the fire.
Fireball is a very instantaneous explosion. It's boom, boom, happens, and then it's gone. Very movie-esque. So some books are smoldering, but it's not an inferno.
Oh, it was a figure of speech because we just got flubber-nucked.
Nuked. Yeah.
That's, you know what? I'm going to let you have that.
I think Kyoko's gonna like AoE heal
Okay.
the group. And I think that's just 1d8 and it radiates around me, right?
What level are you going to cast it at?
I think it's 3 because it's AoE.
So that's just the number of actions. I believe every spell level above 1, it's another d8 added on. And you can extend the actions to change the type of spell you're casting. 1 action is a
that's
touch,
true.
2 action is a range.
I'll do 2d8 then.
Okay, so we're going to do a second
Wait.
level.
Because I can
I
do,
think
but I can do
at the same
third level.
time-
So I'll do a 3d8 for like a third level.
It doubles it 'cause it gives you an extra d8, and then also if you're casting it as more than a 1 action, it also gives you an extra 8 on top of the 8 that casting it like that gets you. So it's 1d8 plus 8, or 2d8 plus 16, or like
So
3d8
I
plus 24.
believe we were told before that
Right.
the additional actions are not additive. It's you choose one of the 3. So because it's an AoE heal, it doesn't get that plus 8 that the second
Oh.
action.
Yeah, I
would
don't get the plus 8. Yeah.
Mhm.
I just get,
Oh,
it's just a
okay, so-
3d8.
Because it hits more than one person now. So.
Yeah. If I went
Yeah.
for action 1, then it would be one person who I'm healing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Whereas this, you're hitting 3 for the.
Yeah.
Ooh,
20.
Right.
Well,
Let's
that's
go.
That's
that's
good.
huge for me.
That is
Yeah.
beautiful.
That's
for
very
Cade.
good for me because I'm well, I'm not
doing
doing
great.
so great. Now I'm at half-ish health. A little under half-ish.
I'm at
I think
43. I'm
After
at,
the fireball
hot.
happens, Kyoko kind of tries to block herself with the tail. So you just see her like kind of sitting down and the tails kind of go over her. And then when she lifts up her tails, like there's like a radiation of like good energy that like bounces off of
Positive
her. and
vibes, you
Yeah,
know?
positive vibes that just like bounces off. of her. Yeah.
emanate out.
But it's like
Um,
distorted.
So a distorted wave of energy glitching around and expanding out hits everybody as the haggardness that you had from being tossed around like a football by 3 explosions remedies itself. Cade looks a lot less haggard than he did before as stumbling along. Oh, thank you. That's lovely. And you see one of his eyes kind of glows purple, and he looks like he's looking off into the distance. And he goes,
I think we're going to have company.
"What? Sorry."
I think we're
Are you
going to have
talking about
company.
the ones behind or the ones in front?
I can
Either way. Are we
I can do
going
something
deeper,
about
or
that.
are we going to get ourselves out of here?
Cade turns around at the 2 doors that had locked in, and he puts his hand on them, and these sigils expand out, and he twists as he creates this lock. It's like, that'll make them immovable for a while, but not forever.
Is this time to work out what we're doing down here?
We have an hour.
I mean, it sounded like we were going to let this bone devil go so that it can bone the people that were stealing its bones.
It's a good idea.
Yep,
But I
hopefully
need a
it
second.
likes that plan.
And Cade sits down. We have an hour. I need to take a second to breathe. That was a lot. And as you look, there's these like arcane sigils that are kind of going up, peeking out of parts of his clothing, and it's almost like as if it's like burning into his skin. I need to relax for a moment. This
Can I
is
help
a
you?
lot. Ever since the tear, it was a little affliction.
As he's resting, I use my lifelink surge, which I double checked. Over 4 rounds, I heal 8 each round. So
Nice.
it will fully heal me after 24
Does
seconds.
use a focus point.
Yes.
Cool. As this is happening, his eye flashes again. Oh. Azuka's in the observatory. And you see him make a small sigil in his hand, cup it into his mouth, goes, and Azuka, you here. Azuka, I don't have much time. Please go downstairs, scroll on desk, grab, stand in center. Conjuration aura. Now. You muted.
Muted.
Sorry.
Also, you're a punk.
Do I
Chuck-
get any
Chuck
of that?
says.
I don't think so. Has Cade done this before where he sends me? I'm assuming this is sending. So had he cast
Yeah.
sending to me before? Okay, cool.
He's kind of
I'm not
sending to you
weirded out.
before, and you know there's a little bit of deciphering that's necessary.
Go downstairs, grab scroll and send in center conjuration. Okay. He's going to first activate I believe it's called Devil Sight. So he can see the scores of magic around him. And he's
Perfect.
gonna go down. So basically arcane sense, but it's called Devil Sight for him. And he's gonna go downstairs. I assume I know what he means when he says downstairs.
Yeah,
Or
his
is there like
study.
multiple sections? His study, I thought so. So I'll go down to his study and grab the scroll if I can see it on his desk.
Make a perception check,
Okay.
because there's a lot of magic down there.
Yeah. Perception.
You're like, which scroll? There's like a pile. No, I'm just kidding.
There is-
There
so many
is.
scrolls.
There is. And that's something that I
25.
realized as I was saying it. Oh, I need to differentiate. With a 25, there is just like a pile of books. One that's talking about physics, one that's talking about the war, one that's like old arcane scrolls. There's another one that's different physics theorems. You're holding up stuff and it's showing like a map of the world. There's another one that has like all these different scribbles on it that are showing like different arcs going around the world. One that says Manhattan on it. Then there is a scroll that has this kind of like teal blue like potion on top of it that is just like held down. and it's pinned there, and it's okay. Ping conjuration. This is it.
I will grab the scroll, and it's held down by a potion. I'll take the potion as well. It was
Perfect.
pinned down by a potion of like, I don't know. I guess this is important. I'll pay my like side bag, a messenger bag, and then it says. Then he said, "Send in the center in the center."
So
So
as
they
you
send.
unroll it, there are these different arcane sigils that are kind of in a spiraling circle down to a center where an obvious like open space is. And it's just
Okay.
a normal, like, 8x10 piece of paper.
Send the. Okay. And I'll like set it on the ground, and kind of stand on it in the center.
Okay. We're back down into the catacombs. He goes, how long should I wait? Hey, oh, this could get bad. Oh,
What's going on? Chuck.
Azuka's on his way. And you see him
On his
digging into
way.
his bag.
Chuck, maybe look at this desk, see if there's any mechanical thing that you can think of that might move it.
So you guys
Or
are,
has the
there's no
desk
actual
been
desk in
blown
front
up?
of you. You guys went down the stairs into,
Okay.
because the desk
Yeah.
split open, stairs opened up. You guys walked down at the end of the last session.
Oh,
And then
okay.
Cade shut the doors behind us.
Yeah.
And
Gotcha.
locked
And
it.
Put a seal on it for an hour.
That makes more
So
sense.
yeah, you guys are just in a long, dark hallway with these just wall sconces going all the way down. Very cultish, very dark, damp.
Listen, if you expect me to be able to see anything, I can't see shit.
Never mind. That Kyoko would not say that. I think Kyoko's going to kind of move further in and take a look at what's around and inspect.
Okay.
touch
You walk for
things.
about 30, 40 yards. Still a long corridor. As you're walking away. Chuck, do you got a piece of copper on you?
He starts rifling through his. He probably finds like a bullet or something,
Yeah,
or a
anything-
coin, like a penny.
Yeah, a small thing. Could be a pebble, could be a rock. I don't know.
I'm gonna roll in a perception on myself. Does that make sense? I don't know. Do I have copper on me? Let me see my inventory. I mean, I think the ball bearings were copper, right? Something was
Ball bearings
copper
would
on it.
work.
Yeah. I got 10 of those.
Actually, 1 second. He takes out a shrunken guard that you guys had dispatched earlier today.
Oh yeah,
Puts
that
it in
guy.
the center and goes, okay, hope you're ready. And he goes to the corner of the paper and he says an arcane phrase and snaps his fingers on it and it ignites blue. The arcane sigils are embedded into the ground and spread out as the same thing happens for Azuka on the far side. And then switch, the world around you swirls into a blur. You fall and then you land on this cobblestone dark tunnel and you see all your friends around you and the body is gone. Breathe.
Oh, God. I know where the body is.
Breathe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I know you don't like that.
Yeah, no, I never get used to that. Hmm.
Sorry.
This one's less dead. Chuck pokes at Azuka.
Ow. Apparently you look pretty singed. What's going on? Ow.
Yeah, we had a bit of a rough start to this.
Well, it didn't start so
Well-
rough, but it ended rough.
Very true.
Let's just say we found a boom boom room, but it wasn't the good kind of boom boom room.
What's a good kind
There
of
was a
Is there
trap.
good kind?
a trap? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are we?
We're in the basement of the Bone Devil Mafia people.
The mansion.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It went
okay.
really, really well. They had no idea we were here, and then we blew ourselves up, and now they all know we're here.
We've got
Oh,
about
yeah.
an hour to get going, so we should get a move on.
Yeah. We're safe.
Um,
And he coughs and there's just blood comes over his hand.
Are you sure
We
you
have
don't want me
about
to take
an
a
hour.
look at you?
God.
It's You've seen this happen before, Azuka. When Cade expends too much magic, his body starts to break down. I'm just running low on energy.
Yeah, I think he just needs
we'll
some
take the lead.
rest.
I didn't see anything when I was looking out there. I just saw.
It's a little bit farther. It's about.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would be comfortable getting that far enough away from the group to be. You start to see like light in the distance, but you're getting a little far from people, and there's that thought in the back of your mind that's like,
Yeah,
do
I
I
would
wait?
go
Do I go
back,
for it by
yeah.
myself?
We got a ways to go, but I did see a light further down. We should
Good.
move quietly, but do our best to move quickly.
Min, you want to take the lead? You kind of can light things up, if I remember right.
All right, and I will turn on my light.
And I'm sure I can help carry Cade and still be useful, at least with one hand, with one gun. Zuka, if you can cover the front now that you're here, you can beat some people up.
Yeah, sure.
You wouldn't have. There was a potion on my desk. You wouldn't have happened to grab that, would you?
Oh, yeah. And I'll
You
open
did?
the messenger bag. Yeah, it was on the scroll, so I just assumed it was kind of like a came with it kind of thing, and I'll hand it over to Cade.
Honestly, in the moment, I used it as a paperweight, but this is perfect. Uncorks it and just downs the whole thing as you see the sigils just recede, and he goes back. Okay. Ooh, it feels good. Yeah, as he has restored all of his spell slots.
Kyoko's going to stealth.
Okay, go ahead and roll stealth for me.
I
26.
will also, let me check what my stealth is. I will also stealth.
You're like, wait, should I stealth?
I will hang back with Chuck because I'm now casting light.
Oh, I did not roll great.
You are a torch.
A 16.
And it's great.
Yeah,
as
true.
this is getting started, Cade kind of puts a hand on Azuka's shoulders like, I want you to get involved in this, but these guys think highly of you. So, I'm very proud. You've been doing good. You got some good people. They like you. Okay. Be
Thank you.
careful. Here, if you
All right,
see any
stop being
weird stuff,
sappy, old
don't
man.
touch it. If I'm just saying, if you see some weird stuff, don't touch it. Ask me first. Okay.
I don't know. I think we
Okay.
should pull 3 levers at once and blow ourselves up again. That sounds right. As he helps
I
Cade
know
to his
you're
feet.
joking. I know you're joking, but something inside of me feels the need to say don't.
You pulled 3 levers at the same time?
And
It was.
It
books.
worked, didn't it? We're in here anyway.
We should
And
get moving.
from what
We
it
don't have
from the
much
sounds of it,
time.
part of you is still back there as well.
maybe a bit.
Yeah, let's go.
I guess Kyoko will. Is it only enough space for one person, or could we be 2 by 2?
No, it's about 3 people wide. It's not a small corridor.
I think Kyoko will stay at Azuko's side,
Perfect.
and I guess
As you guys are-
Mintala is gonna stay back because you have the
Min
light.
is in the middle.
Yeah, Min is.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
All right.
So as you move forward, you guys walk into the next room, and with a 16 stealth, as you go in, your foot catches onto this lamp. It's on the side, and it just turns, and you hear, and it just goes
I'll
over
try
the
and
side.
catch it.
Oh, make a reflex saving throw.
Kyoko will also try to
Or a
catch
dexterity
it. Can we
check.
both try to
Dexterity check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do dexterity checks.
reflex or dex?
Dex. Oh my god. I'm still
Neither
motion
of us
sick.
catch
no.
it.
You guys
oh my god.
go
8
at
and
the
a
same
4.
time to grab it and
I thought it'd
bump
be
into
reflex.
each other. I was thinking, since it's not something happening to you, it's your decision to go and grab a thing. It's seeing if you're dexterous enough to be able to grab onto it, because you know what's going to happen. It's not like it's instantaneous.
Gotcha. Yeah. Instead of grabbing it, we hit each other.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And honestly, I'm going to say with those rolls, I don't think it mattered.
Yeah, 8 and 4. It was
Yeah.
bad.
A light slams into the ground, off, and you hear the echo of the shattering of glass everywhere around.
Sorry.
But with that, these crystals along this outside of this now circular room, as light illuminates the entire place. In the center is a obsidian altar with this red line beneath it that goes down into the floor, up onto the walls, and then goes in circles all the way around, going to a door on the far side that goes up and into this little center ruby that is above just this ebony wood door on the far side. There is bookcases on either side with bottles of different liquids. There are these two about 6 foot amber crystals that have these half distorted people inside of them. They look like the Bone Mafia people you had seen earlier, but much more Bone Devil than Thug.
That was the loudest light switch that I've ever heard.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I get really motion sick when I use the Cade teleportation.
This must be where they make them.
Yeah.
Probably.
I still have my arcane, my devil sight on, so basically detect magic. Can I gauge what kind of magic is being used or like being funneled through these sigils and stuff?
And this looks like the vision that I had, right? With the
yes,
ritual.
This is
okay.
definitely the place. You get a sense of now is it just because we found this out, detect magic, is it different than just baseline detect magic?
I think mine is at 3rd level, so
Okay.
you learn the school of magic for the highest level effect within range that the spell detects. If
The
multiple effects
highest
are equally
level,
strong, the GM determines which you learn.
the highest level would be transmutation, and you see it going through these like flecks of jewels that have been inlined in that red strip that's along the center of the altar, and as it goes through the floor, you can see it there as well, going up into the ruby, and the ruby itself has strong transmutation influence as well as some enchantment.
You see, Anthony described this. When his devil sight flicks on, it's very much like his eyes become more like snake eyes, so they kind of like slits pupils and they glow ever so slightly a gold as they look around, and will turn to Cade and go, looks like he has some transmutation magic, that ruby especially, with some enchantment.
Maybe that's the oscillus you mentioned before.
I honestly have no clue. He snaps his fingers and his eyes glows purple and he looks around. Yeah. There doesn't seem to be housing anything, but it's like a focus. Whatever we need is probably in the other room. But
Kyoko will touch the door and see if she can sense anything. Or
you want to go and touch the door?
Yeah.
Okay. You go up and put your hand on the door, and there's this red pulse of energy that goes up and down the door. And as you take your hand off, well, go ahead and roll me fortune telling.
15. Not my
So
highest.
bad, so far.
You put your hand and you try to see into its past, and you get that distortion of the attempt of a vision. And just as that's happening, the energy pushes up and distracts you enough that you pull your hand away, and there's just this red imprint of your hand left there for a second as it dissipates, as this energy slowly branches out from there and hits the red lines that are attached to it that shoot out across the wall and down to the amber statues.
For whatever reason, I feel like something bad might happen.
As if on cue, a bit of the amber starts to form a little droplet. It hits the floor.
Oh no.
Why did you have to say that?
You act like me saying stuff actually makes stuff happen. All right, maybe it does. That's kind of why the room blew up. But anyway.
What are you guys doing? I'm going to say with the
What
rate
has
of the
fallen,
melting.
you said?
So the amber crystal statues that seem to be housing these much more bone devil than person creatures. There is one that has both claws out with the bone plating going up to his mouth, causing his elongated jaw. Then another one is fully armor plated from head to toe with these almost bone-like wings semi-sprouting out of his back.
I think we got
you said
company.
amber,
Yeah, it's encased in amber.
and it's melting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're
Okay, goes.
they're the guards.
Azuka. Yeah. Azuka's
Yeah, it's
gonna
not good.
rush your nearest one and is gonna cast Ray of Frost to freeze the amber again. Stop them, at least one of them from melting. If I can.
Okay.
That's his instinct.
Ooh, you can hit it, no problem. Roll damage. Let's see how cold you make it.
Okay. Okay. Before I do this, I want to ask: did we level up while I was away, or nah? No.
No.
Okay. Cool. Let's see what my damage is like. Not much. 7 points of damage.
Out of what though?
So yeah, what's that percentage
Is
of what
it
you
a
could
D8?
roll?
Let me check real quick.
I think it is a D8.
Because that's pretty good for a D8.
It's 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier,
It's
so
2d4 actually.
2d4.
Yeah.
There's no
Seven's pretty
pluses
high.
to this. Do you have your spellcasting modifier added to this? Because it says 7 plus.
I
0
don't
plus
have a
0.
so because I'm a magus, my spellcasting modifier is my intelligence, but because because I'm a magus, I put all of my attacks into my punches. So put it into
It's
intelligence
strength.
doesn't really make any sense. I put it into my deck. So
Gotcha.
my
Oh, dang.
spellcasting bonus is 0.
Gotcha.
Ah.
Yeah.
So
That's
you
still
guys, in a
decent.
rare form, you see Azuka cast magic and start to the droplet that is formed does slow, but it doesn't stop. As the other one goes to a little bit, you see it's getting to the point where the hair on the person is starting to come out. There's like a little patch in the side.
I have an idea. Hey, Cade,
Yeah.
think you can unlock that door so we can get out of here? And number 2, I'm probably going to try and craft a bomb with the rest of these ball bearings.
Okay. Crafting check from you. I'm going to roll an Arcana check on the door, and we'll see what happens.
All right. Oh, I rolled a 2.
Nat 20. Arcana.
Can I go to nat 20?
That's helpful.
Yay!
Yeah.
So with 13, you look at what you have and you know you're capable of doing this. But with some quick maths and your Chuck intellect, you're like, I don't know if I have enough time.
Makes sense.
How's the door looking, Cade? Because this might not be ready.
I definitely know how to do this, but I'm going to need a moment.
Can I help?
I can buy a moment, and he puts his stuff away and pulls out both of his guns.
Kyoko will offer to help.
Go ahead and roll Arcana to see if you can help out this time. Are you proficient in the manipulation of arcane sigils and locks?
I am not.
Maybe beginner's luck.
She nods. And no.
You
Four.
go to touch the door again, and he goes, no, 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 no. And then you see another pulse of red as the amber starts to melt faster.
We're
And
getting
Azuka,
that
the bead
one.
that you had
Come
slowed
on.
goes back to its normal pace, and the other one goes down in like half. As it goes past the eye, you see the eye just like lock onto one of you.
Can
Cool, I'm
we
gonna
start
shoot the eye.
attacking? Yeah, can we start attacking them while they're like not out but partially out?
Go for it.
I'm shooting the eye.
Roll for it.
Should we roll initiative
Roll for
or?
it. They said the thing.
I don't think we're in initiative yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we can.
I'll let
we are
Min go
free
first.
actioning.
Yeah.
Because threat is
Um,
not on us, upon us.
I would probably be Ray of Frosting actually, not to try and freeze them though. That would be a nice side effect.
Are you guys both going for the one that is showing?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
At least that was my plan. I don't know.
Sure.
Oh
Ooh.
damn, 28 to hit,
Perfect.
and then 6 damage.
With that, you're definitely able to. You blast in. Tell me, like, what does this look like for Mintala? You see this thing that is slowly being revealed. Paint this word picture for me.
I think And this will be fun, actually. I think Mintella, like, runs with the shoes over and, like, stands on the amber as it's melting, like, right up in front of this guy and just, like, casts it into his face.
I
He
love
can't
it.
hit me back. He's just half ahead right now.
So you grab that guy, and he takes 6 points of cold damage.
Unfortunately, it is just a cantrip, so it doesn't do that much. But it's a really, really, I bet it really stings in his his eye.
When you blast it in, you actually see it starting to create this frost on his head as some of his hair freezes and cracks off. As the eye actually starts to freeze over, and when he gets about halfway, it just looks up right at you. And you see like blood vessels starting to like course in the center. You see like you hear a grunt, and this thing starts to vibrate.
I think Red probably pulls out the rebar and he hits it to the ground.
Beautiful.
And it
Slams
forms
down.
into the
Purple
maze.
tendrils reach out onto the granite cobblestone floor, and just chunks of rock are lifted and torn from the ground as the gravity maul is activated. Then Chuck, describe it to me, bud. Muted.
You're muted.
Still muted.
You're still muted.
Gosh darn it! Stop! He watches as the frost freezes over part of the guy's head and sees the eye turned up and goes, "Ha, looking at the wrong person." He takes the shots.
Is that a bon mot? Is that? Are you going for that? Yeah. So you just walk up, both guns right to the face, bam, bam. So the first one pings off of some hardened plate inside. You see as you shoot, the skin gets destroyed away, blood flies everywhere, but there's just a small scratch into his skull. That remains. The 29, though, goes right in at the same point. The dent that gets shoved in fractures a little bit, and a crack shoots across the side of his head. And he takes 6 points. Which, actually, as it hits and cracks, you see it start to reform just a little bit.
Well, this
Yes,
ain't
that's
gonna
sensible.
be an easy fight, that's for sure.
Zuka is going to try and buy us more time, especially since we're taking a chance to attack them while they're still in the amber. They're going to turn to another one of these things, one day that haven't slowed down at all, and is going to rear thrust the amber again. He's just going to try and keep buying us time so we can keep attacking these things while they can't move. So he's going to try and...
Okay.
So how many more are there? There are 3 others that haven't like hit before with rear thrust. 2 others.
I thought there were only 2.
Do you want to perceive to maybe see more?
There's hundreds of crystals.
Roll me a perception check.
It's like
And if you
baby
beat a
alien eggs. There's
25.
just a bunch of crystals.
Oh. Nope, I'm rolling terrible today.
Nothing to worry about.
Technically, I still have an action on my turn, so I could perceive.
We aren't in initiative yet, so it's just like you guys get a thing to do before
21.
you go into the fight. Nope.
I'm too busy fumbling over helping Kane. So
The 21.
I rolled bad. I rolled a 5 on my.
We'll say,
Yeah.
Did I try?
today's not our day.
no, it's not. Go ahead.
17.
I'll
A little
say,
17 sandwich.
are you
Only
frantically looking, like, where are you looking? And if you answer correctly, I'll give it to you.
Could you describe it as we saw droplets of amber hit the ground? So I'm looking directly above each droplet of amber I've noticed to see where they are.
Specifically, because you said looking for droplets of amber. Above the altar, there is another block of amber in the ceiling with a woman that is fully spine jolting out with bone going down to a long tail and a big plating coming up over her jaw.
I think I still have this. I'm going to use my Hellsight Talisman. I haven't used this at all, and I think it's one of the things I took from Roland, if I'm remembering correctly. I, for one, can't remember what it looks like, but imagine whatever it looks like. I'll grab onto that, and at will, I'm going to cast Detect Devils, Demons, and Daemons on myself, so I can see if I can detect what this thing is.
The whole
You know
room, the
where
whole building.
you are. You know where.
Yes.
In all 3 amber statues. Ping far side, right next to you, and up.
I had a feeling
Who has
that's
the ring?
what it was doing.
The Ring of Devil's Luck.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have
It
that?
should be in your inventories.
I think
The
it
one
is
ring to rule them all.
The
Azuka
one
who
ring
has
to
it.
bind them.
I have it. It's not in my inventory.
Yeah, because I
In
think I
darkness, bind
gave
them.
it to you.
I have a fire hose.
You do have a fire hose.
On you right now?
This is a PG stream.
Or maybe you gave it back to me. 'Cause I do have it, but I thought I gave it to you from.
I think you might just forgotten to give it to me inventory wise, because I do think I left it in front of you, your character, in the fire station,
Okay, I have it.
and then yeah.
You had it during the Fey tree. I remember you
Yeah,
were
'cause
spinning
I gave
it
it
in
to
your
you.
hand.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Yeah,
a little
so I do
fidget
have it.
spinner.
But if you gave
Yeah,
it back to
okay.
me, then that makes sense. I just wanted to know who had it.
True. We should establish that now before I have you roll initiative.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
so I think if you gave it back to me after I'd given it to you already. So I think
You'd still have it.
yeah, canonically I would still have it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think
so
I've
that lets you
role-played giving it
re-roll
back.
saving throw per day.
Okay, cool.
So-
But yeah,
thought maybe
once
you
I
did something else.
detect,
That's why I was looking.
oh yeah, you good. Once I detect that all 3 of these things have a devil, demon, or daemon in it, I am going to focus on the one that looks the most intimidating, which is the large amber one with the woman. Well, I assume that's the one that looks most intimidating. It's right above the
Altar.
podium, you said?
It's
The odium?
in the
Altar,
ceiling. Much less like aggressive in the stance. Very almost not placated, but the thought is, I'm not going to give that to you. There's one up in the ceiling.
No, I think just even if I'm not especially skilled in the occult or the arcane, I feel like the one above the altar is going to be the most dangerous one that we probably don't want to
What
deal
could
with
possibly
anytime
give
soon.
that idea?
So it's going to way of thrust that one and try and slow the melting of the amber of that
Okay.
one.
Roll damage.
Da-
Okay. With a 6, I'm going to give it 1 turn still in the amber. Okay. So with that, I believe everybody has done a thing. Kyoko, I'm going to give you one thing to do before we start. Because this is like the reaction to something you had done. So you would get one thing at the end.
I think Kyoko not being able to help Arcana wise, would like to kind of look and see if there's anything else that she can help with. Like how else she can assist.
I'm trying to think of if this would be, are you looking for something? Are you trying to think of something to do? Are you trying to like think of, do I want to go help Azuka? Do I want to go help Mintala?
I'm definitely trying to help Kane. So we're trying to like figure out how this thing works, right? Like the door and this crystal. So I think logically trying to decipher what's happening here.
So Kay goes, do you want me to take care of this door, or do you want me to help you in the fight?
I think you should figure out how to deal with this door. The goal here is to destroy this? What were you thinking?
If we get through here, the goal is to get to the bone devil that is at the center of all of this and get them out of here so that they can no longer be used.
All right, then.
Yeah, Bone Daddy will put his children in line.
Yeah, I think we want Kane to open the door then, if that's the goal.
You'll do that. You'll do that.
So I don't know if that would be more perceptively looking and trying to decipher what's happening here, or if there's another type of thing that I can do.
I don't know how much you're going to be able to help with the door. It's Cade working on the lock. Everything about it was a trigger to activate the amber crystals in case somebody was trying to break in that didn't belong there. Now that it's been activated, without having any sort of like arcane ability to assist, without like buffing him, giving some kind of spell to give him a better skill check, something like that. Maybe like quicken, haste, something along those lines would be good, but not so certain.
Less good at hasting and more good at... No, I can kind of do a haste, right? I think I have.
What was that 6 for?
Don't worry about it.
Well, I was debating whether or not I wanted to give a hero point.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I guess I can't really do anything, so I will just keep a watch.
All right.
Lift up my bow to potentially
Oh.
shoot something if I think I can.
Okay. Kyoko dons the silver recurve bow. The bow that used to belong to Chuck's counterpart's dead wife. God, complications. All right. With that, everybody roll initiative.
Yeah, because I don't want to give the extra thing because it's gonna.
Yay,
make
I rolled
me-
terribly.
What do you call it?
I rolled great. 29.
I'm rolling 2s today.
Oh my god, nat 1.
Ooh.
It's still a 14.
Hey, you're still last in initiative order anyway.
Okay, we got Azuka, then we have... You guys are doing wonderfully. And the 6 was Cade's initiative on this.
Oh. Oh, you mean the 7?
No,
Oh,
the
the
7
6.
was the everybody else.
Oh. Well, they rolled higher than me and Kyoko on the dice.
That's not looking great. Not looking great. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't know what it was about coming down here that suddenly all the luck that you guys have had through the entirety of this campaign is just being like, we're good.
We're
This is where it
underground.
all
Like
falls
you
apart.
flip the world over, so you're gonna start rolling well, and we're gonna start rolling bad.
Why do I feel like I didn't write somebody down? Cade. That's what it is. So many C names.
Cade starts with a K. K-A-Y-D. Or did you spell it C-A-Y-D?
C-A-Y-D.
Oh, that's weird.
It's not. Cain is C-A-I-N.
Well, yeah, but Cade is...
Cade 6 in Destiny is C-A-Y-D -6. You're Destiny. Come on.
You're right.
Keep
you're
up.
Right, fair.
Keep up.
Well, that's why I thought it was the other one, because I have a different friend whose name is actually Cade that starts with K. Anyway, continue.
All right. First to go is Mintala.
Okay.
You
Are
see.
these guys.
Go ahead.
What do I see? Was what I was,
No,
going
no,
to
if
ask.
you want to go before my description, I mean, that's totally fine. You can definitely do that. I'm not pulling punches anymore. We got 3 episodes left. I'm ready to go.
Oh God. What do I see?
trying to
What
murder
state are they
us.
in? Are they breaking out now in this moment?
The one that you are standing on after being shot in the face and frozen is struggling, and you see cracks in the amber.
Hmm. And the one in the ceiling it's still in the ceiling.
Yeah. And the one on the far side has been slowed, so it's just getting to the face.
Damn. Yeah, I think I need to wait till the one in the ceiling is on the ground to go really ham. But in the meantime, I can have Red hit this one with the gravity maul hammer.
I might break it out sooner, but do what you
I
do.
mean, if it's a solid hit.
Maybe.
solid
I mean,
hit.
he'll aim for like the top half, the melted portion.
Yeah,
But if he breaks one out first,
exposed and you want to hit him in just the face.
You
I
can
would-
prepare an
that would
action
be
that once
effective.
he breaks out, the gravity hammer mashes his face in.
Yeah, I mean, breaking one out and not the others is not the worst idea, maybe, because
That's
then
true,
we're
keeping
fighting
them in
one and we
sequence.
pace it. We pace it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stagger him.
Honestly,
Yeah,
that's smart.
meant to-
That's really smart.
Yeah, Mentala, having done like the tiny little bit of ice and being like, that's not gonna work, is gonna like hop off and run back towards Red and be like, Red, your turn. And I want Red to go in with the gravity maul hammer.
All right.
Red's just going mining for some amber.
Yeah.
Real quick, positioning wise, Chuck is between that Bone Devil and Cade by the door, which means Kyoko's probably behind him too.
Kyoko is on the far side next to Cade on the door. You walked up and shot this thing in the face. So you were standing next to Mentala in front of the Amber because Mentala was on top of this thing. And to be able to have it not like hit Mentala.
That's
You
fair.
know.
Valid.
Then we have Azuka, who is on the far side next to the one, and then turn around and shot up. So you are next to the Amber statue on the far side, shooting a ray of frost at the ceiling. Cool. So Red just...
I got a 27, 19 damage.
That's good damage.
That is good damage.
That's more
So-
like it.
does not hit. You slam in and pong.
I have a question. Hear me out. They're still in the amber. Do they count as flat-footed or restrained?
Ooh.
Definitely restrained. So we'll say for right now, they have a -2 to their AC, which would allow that to hit.
Okay.
I'm here to be your
Cool.
Pathfinder 2E lawyer.
Totally okay.
Pro
Wait,
bono.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, you need to speak to my lawyer before you tell me whether I
Yeah.
am
Okay.
successful with my attack or not.
In canon, the god Drac comes down and goes, excuse me, no, that shouldn't happen.
Actually, can
let
we
me
rewind
just,
that, please?
Walks up, a quill goes, no, I don't like this script. Okay, rewrite. Wham! Blood splatters out as 19 bludgeoning damage. And let's see, the gravity maul itself does all those bonuses. Perfect. Okay. As you slam down the maul onto its head.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know if I bother going for a second swing because I would need to nat 20, but also it would be epic if that's what happened.
I mean, I did
You
that
never
once.
know.
Does the multi-attack apply to you? Like Mentala instead of Red? So if the Red
I think
doesn't
it's
attack, do
collectively
you-
me and Red, so
Okay.
if Red does something, I get the minus as well. But I'm like thinking
Gotcha.
Red could give it another go, and if he nat 20s, it'll hit, and otherwise it won't. Or actually, if he 19s, I think it'll hit.
A 19 would hit, yeah.
I'm gonna try it.
Oh,
Nat 20.
my-
20! It's
The
like when
two
I
times-
spoke it into existence the last
The
time.
2 times in this episode where we were like, we should get we're like, we're gonna get that 20 for this, and
Manifestation,
then
man.
rolls.
I'm telling you.
Putting it out into the world.
I didn't believe it. I'm like, the number's green, but it can't
Oh my
be.
god.
You also get the crit damage of
Did
24.
crit damage
Yeah.
too, yeah.
But
This
think
is
about this.
40
Kyoko
damage.
was like, what do I do? What do I do? Rolls in that one on initiative. Red's like, I gotta hit this. Hits this. Azuka gets a really nice piece of French toast. Like, this is just, it's all coming together.
Oh, the same level here.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So hits one, feels the resistance, goes back,
59
gets a
damage total.
big old 59.
Like
Wait, I thought you
Oh,
only
both
add
of
the
them
crit
attacks,
damage. You
for
don't
both
do
attacks.
both. I
All
thought
right.
you only add I thought the 24 damage is the total damage.
Oh,
No,
you not get the,
I
I
thought
thought
you
you
Is
get
it
the 16 plus the
24?
24.
16 plus 24. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
This
what
one
I
Oh.
thought.
40 points
Yeah.
of damage
Because
on
you
that one.
you get double the
Wow.
damage when you crit.
and that is great.
And it just rolled better on the crit stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
With that, you slam down and the amber shatters. As this thing, as you see its neck pop out of place, you see itself like crunch in on one side as you see like the rib bone plating crack. As he gets knocked out and half of his body is broken out of the amber.
All right, that's my turn.
Okay. Then next up, Azuka.
He's gonna try again. He's only gonna do this if he knows that's gonna be and make any difference. Because you said it, the one in the amber, what I assume is a demon, the demon woman in the amber, gonna be in there for just one extra round. If I Ray of Frosted it again, could I extend that, or is the one round
Potentially.
what I could get? Okay, I want to do.
Depending
I
on
wanna
how,
try and do
so
that
my
then.
thought is depending on how much, there's a damage threshold of how cold you are able to make it. If you bypass that, it prolongs the stasis.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll try that again. How many actions is Ray of Frost? 2. Damn it.
Can't do it twice.
Yeah.
Would you start I know Pathfinder is interesting with this. Delay, like starting with one action of a spell cast onto the next turn. So you can start casting. So you could do one blast now and then start casting. So your next turn you can do 2.
So no. If it's, from what I understand, only specific spells can carry over like that.
Okay.
From what I remember. So no, I don't think I can do that. But I'll cast Ray of Frost. Actually, Azuka's gonna like cup their hands together and squeeze tight. And as they do, the air around them kind of drops in temperature. And in his palm of his hand, you can see frost kind of spread out from the palm of his hand outwards. And it's a very silly name spell, but it does more cold damage than Ray of Frost. I'm going to cast Snowball.
Yeah, stay in there.
And I'm going to just and I think just to make it look more badass than it sounds, as I compress my hands together, a snowball, for lack of a better term, so say, appear in my hand. It grows larger and larger and larger, and I'm just going to throw the whole thing, and it's almost like the size of Azuka, I think, at this point, as he throws it at the amber to deal some cold damage and see if they can get it to
all right,
stay a little bit longer in there.
The snowball flies up, slams into the crystal. It heases itself to the top and shoots out this cold veins of ice going across and frosting the entire ceiling. How much damage do you do?
Let's see. Eight points of damage.
2 1s, a 2.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Frosty the Zuka.
You are able to prolong
snow.
by 1 turn. So I'm going to say
Okay.
this person has a +1. Okay.
And then yeah, I think that's all I can actually do. I'm going to cast Shield on myself. With my final action, as you see the remnants of frost on my fingertips. I kind of clench my fist, and the frost suddenly spreads and rockets up my arm and then encases my entire body as a temporary shield. Yeah, that'll be the end of my turn.
All right. Then with that, it is the Bone Devil's turn. As the top half of the one that is next to Intel and Red, eyes shoot open, both in synchronous after being slammed in the side with the graviton. He looks up at Red right in front of him and just reaches out with his twin claws and is going to attempt to slash.
He's gonna attempt a hug. Yeah.
All right. So with that, does a 19 hit?
Jesus. No.
Cool. How about a 33?
Yeah.
31, sorry.
It's still, yeah, definitely,
Okay,
easily.
I don't
With
think any of
that.
us have a 30 AC.
You take 19 points of damage.
Okay.
Ouch.
As these claws rake into the concrete. And at the end of it, he just goes, and then almost like a deafening sound, he turns invisible.
Oh.
That's
Just
not good.
disappears.
Got it.
If he comes within 30 feet of me and he's invisible, I can still see him because I see his aura.
How long is
The
Devil
magic
Sight
aura.
active? Because if it's 10 minutes, it's going to be ending soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't actually say
there was
how
a
long
time
it
period that
lasts.
Mentali needed to recover. There was a couple spells that were cast. You cast it as you went into Cade's sanctuary.
Oh, it's not even a spell for me. It's just a thing I have because of my ancestry. So it doesn't actually have a
Okay, so
that's
it's
why I
just
was
a
like, where does
constant
it say it?
passive.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
perfect.
thing I can turn on, but there's no.
Okay, I think because you're on the far side, it's not really something you can see.
Yeah, no,
Um,
it's when it reaches 30 feet of me, because that's as far as it reaches for me anyway.
The amber casing on the far side does get a bead of amber fall off as it starts to get down the body. The one that you blasted with cold, like a bead of amber comes up and then freezes inside of your frost. That is their turn. Then it is Chuck.
Don't I go?
You roll a nat one.
Yeah, you go just
rolled
after Chuck.
lower.
I thought
You got a
Chuck
15, you
went
got a 14.
earlier.
Mintala, Azuka, Devils, Chuck, Cade, Kyoko.
Okay.
Well, I can't see the one that I want to shoot. So I'm going to try something. I may not be able to see it. Maybe I can hear it. I'm going to close my eyes.
Go for it.
And I'm going to try and perceive.
With your keen senses, a 29 perception, you close your eyes and you listen out for the bone devil that is making its way invisibly in the world. And you realize you're hearing the chunk of amber that was attached to its foot still clunking as it is still encased in amber from like the leg, like hips down. Red only knocked it out from like the torso up. It was only able to attack because Red was right there. So you still see it struggling to try to get out of this thing right in front of you where it was. The amber is still very visible.
Cool. I'm going to shoot it right there then. With my eyes still shut.
Okay, go for it.
Why do I
Maybe you
roll
should
bad with the good gun?
Maybe you should have opened your eyes.
No, it's fine. I hit with one of them.
Affected.
34, I think.
I'm going to
Well
say they get a plus. What is the normal? Because normally with D&D, it's just you attack with disadvantage. So I'm trying to think of what the
Yes.
pluses and minuses would be to shooting at something that is invisible.
Let me check, because there is definitely a specific thing. If you want
Yeah.
to, you can just say it negates the flat-footed.
That's what I was thinking, where it just
Yeah.
makes it its flat AC. So
I mean, I rolled a 34 with one of them and a 20 with the other, so I missed with the
I
first
know.
one anyway.
I would like to know.
That's fair. That's fair. I get it. I'm just saying.
The second one does hit. So you shoot one and it goes like between the gap of where his arm is as he's flailing. And the second one, boom, hits in and then hits off a bone, and you see a little bone shard become visible as it flecks off.
In this one, it says the GM rolls a secret DC
Yeah.
11 flat check. Roll an 11 or higher on a D20 without adding anything. If this flat check fails, the attack misses.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So for the first one, it missed. The second one missed.
The second one missed?
Yeah.
Yeah, going
Per
by
the
the
rules of
undetected
invisibility for
rules.
Pathfinder, I roll a d20. If it's an 11 or higher, it hits. If it's 10 or lower, misses.
Oh,
Regardless.
gotcha. Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm going to
other
use
creatures
my.
can't see the target and gain the flat-footed condition to the target. The
I'm going to
target
use.
can still get hit by your effects.
I'm going to use my move to now move between where this thing was encased and where Kate is. Just rotating.
Okay, so you're going to
to
move
be-
next to the door.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Then if that's the end of your turn, we're going to go to Cade, who's going to be like, how's everything going?
My eyes are closed. What do you think?
Thing,
Okay.
keeping this
he's
thing in the
These
amber,
guys are-
so I think I'm good.
These guys are tough, but I think you got time.
still working on it. With a 4, he does not get through the first layer of spells, but then he goes, you see his hand reach out as this like radiating purple ripple comes up where he puts his hand, and he twists forward into it and a clock appears, and he twists it back and he pushes it forward and it launches towards Asuka. Do something important.
Okay, what does
As it
this
hits
do?
And he goes right back to the door.
I'm pretty sure he gave you haste.
Yeah,
Haste?
haste is-
Okay.
You are not affected at all.
Oh.
You don't
Oh.
feel anything. He just says, do something important and goes back to the door.
Oh. Maybe give you.
I thought I was, but okay.
Kyoko.
I will look back up at the amber with this very intimidating looking demon in it.
Like a weirdly existential request.
Very existential. Be important. Chuck will be like, why didn't you give me that? Whatever it was.
I'm not sure what it
Busy.
is, but yeah, I don't do anything else.
All right, Kyoko.
All right, Kyoko is going to just put their hand on Cade's shoulder and just be like, "You got this. I don't know what else I can help you with, but this much I know. Let fate be on your side." And I will give guidance to them for their next check.
Okay.
And I will turn with my bow. And I think Kyoko's
Gonna attack
shakily
something?
going to shoot at the one that. Well, no, I can't see it because it went invisible, right?
So we just roll.
Yeah, I think she's. Yeah, she's just gonna. Oh man, I don't know. I don't want to hit anybody
So,
and kill somebody else.
You would hit it. 16.
Yeah, you made the flat check.
So you see the amber and you see it.
Mm-mm.
With,
Misses anyway.
unfortunately, with the 19, you are unable to hit.
It makes sense.
You just go, thunk, and just clink, 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 clatters against the wall.
I'm like looking to see what. This is 0 reload. I'm like, what is that? And then with my third action, I guess I'll try again.
Come on, nat 20.
Nope.
I just
saw
love
the
that
green, I was like, nat
damage.
20?
and
I saw
crit.
the
got
green
so
on both
excited.
damages.
I know, green on both damages, but not on the roll. I rolled an 11 and a 19 on those attacks. I think
Then, but
Kyoko
again,
just like
boom, boom.
takes a deep breath and like fires it, but it's so shakily. Like she's just not. This is not her thing. She's not a killer.
Totally okay. With that, up to Mintala. You're next to Red. Red is next to the person in Amber.
Yep, and the one in the roof is still on the roof.
Thanks to
Okay.
Zuka. There's the
I'm
one on
gonna
the
keep
far
hitting.
side that probably has a turn or two left before they are up and running.
I think we're gonna keep going for this one. Mentala's gonna use Lifelink Surge again,
Okay.
which in the first turn is gonna heal us both for 8. And then Red's gonna take a swing.
Go for it.
28.
Boom. It's invisible.
He is invisible, so yeah, that's like,
Misses.
damn it. I rolled so well.
Sorry.
Is invisible concentration, so if it gets hit, shouldn't it have to roll?
It
So
is
there
true.
isn't really
Oh.
concentration in
Yeah.
Pathfinder. It just takes when you're holding on to concentration, you lose a turn because you use that turn to concentrate on the spell. So technically, they only have 2 actions left.
Yeah.
Every
Okay.
Oh
Sorry,
yeah, they're
absolutely.
spending an action every turn to like maintain it. So yeah, it's a fair
Yeah.
exchange. I could try again, and if I get a nat 20,
You could.
I mean, the
Fishing for
nat
a nat
20, does that override? I guess so, yeah.
Well,
I think
it's,
we
are you
still
going
have
to
to do
attack again? Because I can roll a
yeah,
d20 right
I'll-
now.
I like the mystery of you not knowing whether to hit.
Do you have
because
fairy
then you have to
fire
use your action.
by any chance?
No.
Oh,
Oh.
I don't have it either. So I could have.
Oh, but I.
It's funny
but I
because
do
both of us
have-
could have, but we don't
The
have it.
one person who can see invisible things and detect devils is the same person on the opposite side of the room.
I can
do
think I can
have-
still detect it because I mean, is it more than 60 feet away? Because
Oh, it's a
I-
60-foot radius.
yeah,
Yeah, you can detect it.
Yeah,
Okay,
but it
cool.
doesn't
So, yeah, I
help
can
us.
yeah.
I'm gonna use the cantrip shield, which works differently than the D&D one, but it will
Yeah.
give. Let's say Red. I think I'll move back, so Red is the one doing the fighting, and I will give him shield.
All right.
And then there's still an action, so sure, he'll try hitting as well.
Let's go for it.
It's a 26.
Would not have hit.
Oh,
Damn.
So you go in, slam,
Close.
nothing.
Ah.
Azuka, you're up.
yes. So I have this thing stuck in there for one more turn. So I'm gonna turn to one of the others, the one that is not being attacked right now, and
Mhm.
cast a ray of frost on that amber to try and slow it down
Okay.
as well.
Give me that damage.
And so let me just make sure I'm looking at this right, because I think I'm actually going to turn on Arcane Cascade first. This damage increases 2. Yes, so that works. And I cast Snowball last time. What kind of spell is Snowball? Snowball is
Evocation, cold.
Yeah, I'm just going to make sure I'm doing this right, because I can actually boost how much damage I do if I shift into Arcane Cascade. It's only my melee strikes. Okay, no, never mind. So yeah, I'm still gonna do it. I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost from here and try and slow down this thing.
Go for it. It's an automatic hit. It's unmoving. 8 damage.
8 points.
All right.
Yes.
So you get another one. It gets down to its head. You've delayed the amber.
And this again, like I think it looks like, I don't think I actually described it. It looks like you kind of see it glowing in his chest, and it looks red, like he's about to breathe fire. But when the glow reaches his throat, it turns into an ice, like white, cold kind of glow, and he breathes out, and just a ray of essentially like a fire breath of just frost rather than flames erupts out of his mouth.
Ooh.
As he freezes this amber.
The blue-white
then,
swirling energy.
Yeah, I think you can still see wisps of dark red and black in there, like his normal electricity that was sparkling with him. But the majority of it is that white and deep cold blue. And then I use Arcane Cascade for my one other action. So that's the end of my turn.
All right. And with that, it is the devil's turn. And you see the amber that this thing was encased in shatter. And then nothing. Chuck, does a 28 hit you?
Yes.
You feel claws dig into the side of your ribs, attempting to slash into you, hitting your suit first. For 18 points of piercing damage.
Which my suit negates how much? 3?
3.
So you said 14, so I take 11.
Mm-hmm. And because
You
it
just
did
hear
not
Chuck.
maintain the invisibility, it appears as its claws are digging in. So it's converted to bludgeoning, but the claws into your side, kind of scraping off that front layer of your suit, staring you in the face.
Well, hi, friend.
All right. The one on the far side gets delayed one turn because of Azuka, and the one in the ceiling, and you see its eyes go open as it starts to struggle inside the amber, as the melting amber starts to flow down. Chuck.
Yep, I'm shooting it in the face.
In the face.
In the face.
Ooh, 30, nice.
It hit me, so I'm mad.
Both hit. So with that, we get 13 and 6. Okay, so describe what happens as this entire scenario while I'm writing and doing math.
His claw is like kind of stuck on the armor of the suit and the cloth, and he just kind of goes, "Well, hi, friend," and raises his guns back up, and basically from both sides, like I imagine his head is close enough that he just shoots the bullet into both sides of the head, like towards each other.
As that happens, you can hear the vibrations of the bone just vibrating and ringing as his head just knocks back, and you hear like a tuning fork getting struck. Just the amount of energy going in, and you see on the one side with the magic gun, a lot larger of a crack.
Man, I really wish I prepped my silver bullets. I wonder if that would do more.
Is that the one that you already hit earlier? Okay. Oh yeah, because that's not actually magic bullets. Okay. Then with that, got one action left.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, hope you really enjoyed the sound of that, because this next one's gonna ring through. Heh.
With a 6, what is my DC?
I believe I roll an intimidation or.
Okay, so go
Deception.
ahead and roll intimidation. For a will, you need to beat a...
I rolled a
Unfortunately.
19 for a 24.
You do not succeed.
It's great. A 19 doesn't help me.
Oh, yeah, you don't have the highest intimidation.
You gotta pump that charisma.
I really should have used
So you could use
deception.
deception.
Yeah, but it was a diversion as opposed to demoralize, and
Got
what I said was a demoralizing thing. So
True.
Yeah.
I respect sticking to your guns. Thank you. So actually, oh wait. Okay, so it is now Kate's turn. Azuka, what did you do on your turn?
On my turn, I just did the Ray of Frost to slow down the
So
other armor creature.
when you boom blast it in, as this happens, another you, perfectly mirroring what you're doing, steps up to the side, covered in this like purple like glitter of energy, and boom, blasts out another ray of frost, hitting onto the other guy, giving it another frozen duration. And then he fades into the purple energy as Kay goes, "Did you do something important?"
I think so. He
Awesome.
looks like
Good job.
shocked as he kind of like looks around.
All right, now Kate's going to attempt to disengage one of the locks and
Give
succeeds.
+1.
so it'd be yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it does succeed because I'm +1. Love that.
Woo! I
Okay.
did something.
Yeah. So as it's going in, there's like a little like he goes to press a sigil to turn it, and as he's turning it, there's like this distortion, and it turns back the hand and goes to the right location this time, and is able, as a ring of the sigil around the door dissipates. 2 rings left. With that, we are at Kyoko.
I can't
There
do that
is
again
a
for
bone
you,
devil.
unfortunately.
Right next to you, trying to grab and slash into Chuck.
Yeah. Kyoko is going to... If I shoot my bow... But Chuck's like... Is Chuck like right next to us?
You wouldn't have any penalty on the attack.
Okay. That's what I was wondering, if I have a penalty for shooting my bow too close. I will try. Kyoko's like, I'm not doing so great with this, but I'll keep trying. We'll see how it goes. This is 27? I don't think that hits, right?
27. Let's see. Anything else? He's engaged. Fortunately, no. Just shy.
Yeah.
Unless there's anything that would give him like a +1 or -1 that you can think of.
Nope.
Oh,
That one.
Oh.
Roll
no.
again.
What a crazy roll.
What?
Roll again. Okay. That was +2, so you add a +5 instead of the.
What?
So wait. So what's the difference if it's a third versus a second? It's
I
just-
rolled
it's a
them
flat
as
roll.
first, second, third.
Yeah, but we're seeing if it hits Chuck.
Oh.
So it should have been a
Presume.
second.
Yeah. So that
It would be
That was
a
my
minus.
second attack.
You add 5 to that, which would
So-
make it a 24.
does a 24 hit you, Chuck.
Yes, it does.
All right. So you take 11 piercing damage.
Which
As
is
in
minus 3,
3.
which is 8. Cool.
So you take 8 piercing damage as an arrow thunk, embeds itself in your back shoulder.
God, is there one behind me too?
No, Sorry, that was. I think that might have been me.
Payback for all the times Kyoko's been run over.
Yeah.
You hit me with the car.
No, she's not
Back
that
up to
petty.
Nintala. I love that.
Okay,
In all fairness, only once he hit her with the car. Other times were another.
Can we like
makes it
yell
any
across the
better.
battlefields? Can we yell across the battlefields? Or would we do like on our turn? It's talking like a free action.
To talk?
Yes.
Yeah, you always have what can fit within 6 seconds.
Okay. There's not to interrupt, like obviously you can do whatever you want, but I definitely think Azuka would yell this because he's like looking back and forth at the door that Cade is trying to unlock and the amber with the scary demon lady in it. And it's gonna turn to Mental and just yell, "Do you think you can slow this thing down? I'm gonna try and help Cade."
Yeah, can do. Okay.
Yeah, me too.
As it's grabbing onto you.
So, am I able to Ray of Frost from where I am? I ended up somewhere behind red to sort of block me, and then I imagine it's somewhere above. Okay.
This room in diameter is only like 45 feet across.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Free Frost is 120.
Act together. I'm gonna Ray of Frost that. Red's gonna move up to where the demon reappeared. Devil.
Technically, it's a mutated person.
I meant to have him attack and then me Ray of Frost. Because of the
Totally
bonuses.
fine. Go ahead, and it's totally okay. Because the Ray of Frost is an auto hit because of these things.
Okay, right, that's good. Yeah. Oh, 22. Not enough, I imagine.
22, unfortunately. You go and slam it into the back, and it's bong off the back of its bone armor.
Okay, and then the Ray of
Bone
Frost. It's the
Right. Which one? In the ceiling or the far side?
The one in the ceiling.
Okay. Cool. Then let's move together. So you have 2 more actions?
No, that was it, because it was red moving is 1, red
And
hitting
Ray
is
of Frost
1,
is 2.
me Ray Frosting is 2.
Got it. Okay. Then with that, Azuka.
How far away am I from a door with that Cade is by?
30 feet, I'd say.
30 feet? Okay. I can get
You're
there.
actually in the middle of the room because you were movie stuff, so I'd say like 25.
Okay.
Within a 1 move action.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just make sure I'm reading this right. I will move towards the door, like just full on sprint towards the door and raise my fists. And I am going to spell strike and use the effect knock as I put the spell knock into my fist. And basically, if this, I don't think there's like a hit, but since I'm putting this in my fist, I probably still have to punch it, I guess. I don't know. It's up to you. But this will add a +4 status bonus to any creature trying to open the targeted door, lock, or container.
Okay.
So basically, I want to try and make it easier for Cade to unlock this door.
Yeah, that's really good. He has to roll on a flat d20. That means he has to roll a above 11 at this point.
Okay. So you see, like,
Instead of a 15.
Azuka run and just go, I'm really not sure what you meant about do something important, but, and he's gonna like jump and slam his fist into it. And you see, I think you described it as originally when Kyoko put their hand on it, it was like a red handprint,
Yeah.
and then it diffused.
It's an
I think
ebony black door with a red kind of glimmer over it. That at the lock, where the doorknob is, there are these moving red sigils that are like moving in like counterclockwise to each other. So every layer he gets through removes another barrier.
So you see him run and punch this door, and for a moment you do see the similar reds of the fist print, but then it very quickly becomes almost corrupted as the black and my shade of red overtakes and spreads across the door. And I guess Cade will feel this more than anyone else, that the door is slightly weakened, so it's a bit easier for them to break through.
As the hand hits and you're pushing into it, your fingers are actually piercing through the barrier that is there. And as it kind of grips through, the black electricity starts to shoot out, and you see the flickering of the barrier as the dial that Cade is moving moves faster.
I hope that helps, and I'll turn back around to face.
You see him just going and twisting himself. Yes, yes, it does.
And
with that
will be end of my turn.
And with that, the delay on the two Bone Devils on the far side is removed as the amber starts to flow again. And the one that is right there with Chuck, that is now between Chuck and this other large construction elemental that does not understand. He's going to, let's see.
Attack me again?
Oh, I did forget that I healed.
It is going to look at Kyoko, and in your mind, you're going to hear, "Do you really think you are useful here?" As you are compelled
to...
You can choose whether or not to answer. Totally up to you.
Okay.
But you are affected by a zone of truth when you answer this. So in your heart of hearts, does Kyoko feel useful?
Ooh.
I think
Just shot Chuck in the back of the shoulder.
Failed on opening the door.
You helped Cade.
I'm not a fighter. I'm a healer.
So I think she finds herself useful. Like, that's what she says back. But I think for her, she is not useful in a fight in the same way that other people are useful. Like she's her truthful, honest is like, I'll heal you, but I'm not really the one to do the damage, right?
Got it.
That's not her forte. She's good at touching things and seeing things and healing things.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Then with that, the devil's going to swing around and do like a backhand claw at Red, turning his back onto Chuck.
He's like, do you have to worry about you? No.
Because Red came up and tried to attack, bounced off with the back with the gravity maul.
Yep.
With a 2, makes that a 19.
I'm good.
All right. So you go up slash, and the claw like barely grates against the iron from Chuck's old bed. As he's spinning around, the other claw spins up and attacks Chuck.
Oh, great. You rolled that one on me. Oh, I love this. Gosh.
32.
They just really like sink in their shoes in you.
How much is it for a crit? Because it's not quite 10 over my AC.
It'd have to be 10 over.
Okay, so it's not. For
14 points of piercing damage. Shifted into bludgeoning because of your suit, -3. So you only take 11.
Chuck looks really beat up.
Ooh. How low are you?
I'll private message you because I don't want to tell.
Give me both what you are at and what your full is.
I gotta find you on this sheet because I haven't DM'd you in a while. I'll do that.
You just don't talk to me anymore. Okay. You start to feel warm inside. As this health, your physicality is getting drained. You're starting to bleed. The bruises that you are gaining from these attempted claws starting to add up. It's feeling a little warm. And with that, so that was that one guy. Then the eyes on the Bone Devil in the ceiling open up, and let's see.
Wait,
Remember, I'm
didn't try to
useless.
slow them down?
Slow that they can't get out of it, but they're still
but they still can do stuff.
it's done enough to where they're conscious, trying to move. Looks over Chuck.
It's my turn now?
You think you will get out of here alive? A voice echoes in your head.
I don't care if I do.
Are you being truthful?
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing happens. The one that is on the far side, struggling inside the amber, their eyes open up as the amber starts to fall away. Chuck, it's your turn.
All right. I'm shooting the one that turned its back to me and just fluffed me up real good.
Sounds good.
The first shot is a silver bullet, FYI, because I loaded one into it with my Racketeer's reload. So
Are you able to reload if they don't succeed on the reload?
it technically qualifies. So it says
Right.
it,
And it
would
wouldn't be...
demoralize. It gives an opportunity to demoralize, but it allows me to reload.
Gotcha.
It's just meant to be like an action saving thing. Where like,
Yeah.
I can do 2 things for 1.
Yeah. So, wish me luck.
Take luck.
I'm using my point.
All right.
Nat one.
Daily hero.
Yeah, you probably should use your hero point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
I mean, we scraped away from the nat 1 at the
Nat
release.
one?
Yep.
Am I giving you another one? Are we doing another hero?
I'm
point?
not giving you one. I'm sorry.
That's up to you. I'm not asking.
Okay, you're not asking.
I'm fluffed up, just so you know. Like, royally.
I'll give
fluffed
you
up.
mine.
All right.
Maybe I'll be redeemed.
Nat 20. Come on.
Or at least it's not a nat one.
Oh.
Did you roll a 1, a 2, and a 4?
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that like Fibonacci sequence or something?
So the
No,
next
that's
one will be an
1,
8, and then the
1,
next
2,
one will
3.
be a 16 if we just burn all our hero points.
That'll be great.
I'm good. I'm keeping my hero point.
That's
can
fine.
heal.
I have to shoot my other gun anyway, which will. Of course.
That one.
I
hit.
can
That
heal.
one is the one without the silver bullet.
36. Holy Jolie.
So you bang, and it fires and bounces off the bone shielding, and you put the gun up real close for the next shot. Bam. Fire straight in, dealing 13 points of damage. All right. Fire. 1 action left.
I am going to do another reload. This time I'm going to say, hey, look, your friend's about to fall and land on their face.
Go for the deception check.
God damn it. I rolled worse. I have a plus 11 or plus 12 and I rolled a 6.
I'm so sorry, buddy. Does not work.
It's fine.
Did you get your reload so you can put any type of bullets you want?
Yeah,
Into
it's
the
another
chamber.
silver bullet in the first gun.
It is Cade's turn. He's going to roll. He needs to beat an 11. As it goes in, as you are slamming into this, he looks up for a moment, distracted, as a bit of the energy surges out, and he has this almost like, "Oh, you're getting good at this." Like, "Oh shit!" Like, messes up in that moment. He's going to look at Kyoko, have that purple wave, like reverberating energy. If you're gonna do something big. So whatever you do happens twice.
Okay.
It's now Kyoko's turn.
Interesting. What I was planning on doing might not make sense for that then. You said you're hurt, Tyler?
You would be able to tell he's really fluffed up.
I
Okay.
think everybody's hurt at this point.
Really.
I'm feeling great.
Um,
Still riding that high from a French toast as well.
I'm actually fully healed,
Kyoko
thanks
will-
to focus shenanigans.
Kyoko has like these gloves on that she's been wearing the entire time that you guys have seen her. But you probably didn't know they were magical. They just look like, 1920s style long gloves, but she's going to activate the healing on them for 2d6 plus 7 HP on Chuck.
So you run up, put your hand on Chuck's back, and the energy that is stored within these gloves just releases forward and starts coursing through into Chuck's body, sealing up wounds. 12 points.
And do I just roll that again, or is it just 24 points if it's double?
It'll be 24 points.
Okay.
As
So you heal 24.
this happens, normally you would see a different altered time version of yourself, but when this happens for Kyoko specifically, the older you with the 5 tails and the different armor pops up next to you, puts the hand on Chuck's other shoulder, looks at you and goes, "You're doing well." Fades away into purple as the healing is finished.
So do I take 24 then?
Mm-hmm.
And I have the quiver of Aaliyah, or whatever her name is. That gives me silver bolts?
Silver arrows.
Yeah, arrows.
Mm-hmm.
Could I grab
It's a
one of
quiver that
those?
regrows arrows, and they all have silver tips on them.
Yeah. And I'm gonna try to shoot my bow
Go for it.
again for my second action. Actually, you know what? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Probably not gonna do well. Nope.
Wait, you rolled a
Unfortunately-
10 and it says deadly D10. Is that?
It's dead. It's deadly. I mean, I have to follow the order.
6. Oh my god. It just
What
keeps
was
getting
your lucky
worse.
dice roll?
10. But I already used it, I thought,
Mhm.
last episode.
Yeah. Darn.
Yeah,
Yeah. At least on my notes it says that I used it, so.
you did.
You did.
Yeah.
Darn it. So you.
Yeah, and I'm
punk.
low on spell slots right now as well, so I'm not in a good place.
So you go up, heal, pull out the bow, funk, the arrows just ting, ting, bounce off. And
Yeah.
with that, Mintala.
Red's gonna go again.
Go for it.
23.
The 23, funk into the back, doesn't hit.
I'm going to Ray of Frost the one on the ceiling again.
Okay, so you've now the melting amber with a 6 just seizes up. The Bone
Okay.
Devil inside is still aware and still moving around, still trying to struggle, but is unable to move.
And then I think I will put a shield on Red again.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right. Zuga.
Okay. I'm going to. I mean, I see that Kyoko has helped Chuck, so I don't, he's not in as dire straits as he was moments ago. Mentala's keeping the amber in the center in place for now, so I'm going to turn to the one other Bone Devil in amber and also prolong its stay in the amber with a Ray of
All right.
Frost as well.
All right, let's see how much damage you do. Gotta get a 5 or above.
9.
Beautiful. With that,
As again.
boom, blast out.
Then is there anything I can do? I'm going to, I can't spell strike it, but I'm just going to do a normal attack with it. I'm going to whip out with, actually, is there any point? Because I'll take the,
Can always
right
nat
now
20.
the plus, I guess.
He is flanked, so he is flat-footed at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna whip out my chains and strike the one on Chuck from where I am. If I can reach that far. I assume I can?
Yeah. Yeah, with your whips that have I think a 10-foot reach.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see if that hits. Chains, and that's a second attack, so trying to think if I can add anything to this. Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be a straight hit. Yeah, no.
Unfortunately,
Ugh.
not.
Pretty
We
sure
are
that counts as a
not
crit
doing
fail
well.
as well.
You guys are doing very well of delaying the other two.
Yeah.
This is going great.
I just keep trying to do that. What did I roll? The die. Was it 12 on the die? Yeah, 12 on the die. No, it wouldn't be a 12 on the die. Wait, what did I roll? Must have been a 2? 5?
For what? On the
Oh,
dice?
my doesn't make much of a difference, but my bonus on this is different. I need to bump it up later, but it still would miss. But
You rolled a.
yeah, no,
I like to imagine that even though we're individually casting it every time, that like in the cinematic version of this, we're just continuously casting
yeah.
Frost at these things
Yeah.
100% yes.
as we're doing the
Yeah.
other things we're doing. Just like
yeah,
1000% yeah.
yeah. I want to say my hero.
I'm a
point.
fan.
Yeah,
That's
I
how I'm
miss.
envisioning it in my head too.
Oh yeah.
This is like
Yeah.
I
all
love the mentality of it. Okay. With that, it is
the mentality. Mm.
the claw guy is going to look up at Kyoko and say, "Who are you?"
Who are you?
Are you going to answer the question?
I guess she would say,
You feel
Does she
affected
have
by a
to?
zone of truth. Let me just make sure that I'm
but I can say, I don't have, I just can just not answer. You talking, Drek? You're muted.
Yeah, I don't think Zone Trees compels you to answer
It
the
doesn't
question.
make me
No, it
answer the
doesn't
question.
force
I
you
just,
to answer. But
yeah,
when you do answer, you have to answer truthfully.
yeah. But I didn't answer. I asked who they were.
Okay. Cool.
Are they? Because they're talking in my head.
Yes. They're talking telepathically to
Okay.
you.
Yeah, I think she would just be like,
Who are you?
With that, it's going to boom, go invisible.
great.
And you hear a as it runs away.
Love
up to
Did it
that.
go past me?
Uh,
A coward. That's what you are.
you is the
Bro, I can
downside.
still sense
Yeah,
it. I can also
Yeah.
just sense it with the talisman as well. Yeah.
it went around to the other side of red.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, only you know that. Then Azuka, in your head, you hear, "Do you think yourself different than us?"
I think Azuka won't answer. He will show the memory of him throwing the Duke around like a rag doll in his head. And then say, yes.
Okay. Another one. Do you not enjoy your borrowed power?
Was that quick? Like, do you not enjoy your borrowed power? Is what they said?
Yeah. That questioning.
I think, again, it won't be an answer. At least not immediately. It'll be a memory of a conversation he's had with the Duke saying that he very much does not want this situation that they're in.
Mm. Okay. Then with that, Chuck, you're up.
I guess my first action is to do the eyes closed thing again to see if you can find where this thing went.
Go for it.
Nope.
Nope.
That's a
That one. Ugh.
The way it
Nat
takes a
ones
while for
today.
it, the color to load as well. We're like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Oh, it's a nat one.
So you can just shoot wildly and then we roll to see if it hits.
That's not Chuck's mentality. He's low on ammo right now, so. I have an idea. Can I battle medicine red? by giving him something that's on me.
Red's
gonna
at
say-
full health.
Oh,
Yeah, Red's fine because they've been getting
I'm
healing
not.
every turn.
Yeah, I used my self-healing
I
ability,
look
which is finished now. But
very
I'm
bloody.
full.
Yeah.
All right.
Kyoko's not looking good.
I
Yeah,
will
heal the healer.
battle medicine Kyoko.
If you're looking to
see.
heal somebody, I'm just saying.
If
my options for my
Yeah,
medicine-
you're
just
just-
saying.
You know, I touch
Is-
you, you touch me, we heal each other, you know?
DC 10 is the minimum. I have to pick one.
He's DC 15.
Yep.
That is really
DC
funny because
15 for base.
I just healed you.
You guys turn around, it's like you're at like an elementary school dance and you're just holding each other on the shoulders.
I'm gonna do the
Leave
lowest
enough space for
possible
the tear between you two. Come on.
because I don't
guys.
trust my roll, which means I only need to roll a 5 or higher.
You gotta get
Yeah.
in here, Azuka. Shoot your shot.
Good thing I did the lowest.
Yeah. So that's
What's
2d8.
you heal a whopping 8,
Hey,
Every little bit
Better
helps.
than nothing. Yeah.
you know, I got hit
And
for
I cannot
almost all
heal
my
you again.
health.
Mm.
and in
What does
doing
this
this,
look
he uses the heat of his barrel and just presses it against whatever bleeding part of you is.
So you have the singe
Yeah.
and the smell of burning flesh.
And before he does that, this might hurt a bit.
Yeah, I think
What's really funny is
she's-
that it actually
she's-
is a gunslinger feat called Cauterize, where that's the description of it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Very funny.
I love
Yeah.
that. I love that. That's cool.
Beautiful.
All right. With that,
I'm here for it.
Kate's turn.
Come on, Kate. Open the door.
16.
Yes.
All right.
Thank
Woo.
you.
Second one down, one left. Clunk, and another barrier fades down. He's like, I got this. One more. Kyoko.
All right. So the creature is invisible now.
Mhm.
So I can't cast a spell on it because I think I have to be able to see it. Right?
If
Let's see. It doesn't say, but I'm assuming I have to see. Yeah. I guess I will just shoot because that's all I got. I don't have a lot of spell slots left.
all right. Go ahead and shoot. No.
Nope. I don't think I'm gonna hit ever because I
You can
I
nat
don't
20.
think it's possible for me to hit 24.
That would have hit
Would have.
if it was your first one.
Oh.
Yeah, because then it would have been 20 now. So 3.
Wait.
Oh, is it- they already-
I'm
they are
rolling with
using
the
the-
negative. I'm rolling
Yeah,
with
the
the
negatives
negatives
already included in
applied.
that.
So please don't like these are my actual rolls. I hope
Yeah.
you're not.
Yeah.
If it
negating
was the
more.
first one, it wouldn't have been a plus or like a plus 5. It would have been a plus 11, which means it would have been over the AC. So that
Okay.
one would have hit if it was the first roll.
Yeah,
Yeah,
If you have the-
24 is
that's
an-
what he's saying.
But if
That's what he's saying.
yeah,
So 24 does not hit.
No.
No.
Okay.
As you guys, the AC is 28.
Mm.
So with that,
Yeah, I don't think it's possible for me to hit
you
them.
have a plus 11. So you have to, your first hit has to be the one to do it. Basically.
yeah,
Or
you
it's a
roll
nat 20.
It or a
17.
crit.
Then with that, I mean, you made a healer and a buffer and a debuffer and your status.
Yeah,
effects.
I think he built Kyoko perfectly for what they're good at.
Oh yeah.
I think this is great.
I'm-
I love this.
Yeah, she's not a. This is not what she does. This is like the first time she's like shot the bow continually ever
Yeah.
in her life. So
I'm proud of her.
this is also not her bow.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Technically, it's Chuck's wife's.
But yeah, I think she's just frantically shooting in the direction of
Everywhere.
where she thinks it is. But she and I think while she's doing that, she's looking over at Kane. She's like, "You think you can speed that up a bit?"
I'm doing the exact best that I can. You see him just frantically moving around, like grabbing a sigil, dragging it along the barrier as this purple, like static, like sparks off as he's moving things. You hear muttering under his breath.
That's it.
All right. Intala.
Will Ray of Frosting the one in the ceiling still help, or is it like it's gonna happen at this point?
All depends on how much damage you do.
Right, okay. I'll give it a
Every
go
time
then.
you do a certain number of damage, it will delay the emergence by 1 turn.
Right. Does Red have any idea where the devil he was fighting is gone?
You could try a perception check.
I would yell
Okay.
to your right, Red, since I was able to sense where it was, but I don't think that will actually help with a DC check.
No.
I think
no
it would make
matter
it
what.
possible for the DC to even happen, basically.
You could swing wildly.
I'll try the perception.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Nope.
Damn it. I'm gonna Ray of Frost the one in the ceiling.
Okay.
Oop. 7.
7. Delays it. The amber
I'm gonna
freezes up.
I'm gonna put a
Scraping
shield
by
on
with
Red
this.
again.
All right.
And then there's an action left, but I don't know what to do with it. And it has to be Red.
You can swing.
He takes a random swing.
All right. Nope. Spins
mind.
around with the gravity
Another
ball.
dirty 20.
Hits air.
Okay.
Okay. And with that, Bazooka.
Again, I'm gonna Ray of Frost, the other one in the amber. Again, just buy your time as best we can. 7 points of cold damage.
Delays
though.
it.
Delay it again. And again, I'm gonna whip my chain out at the position where I can detect this devil is by Red. And see if that hits. 29 as I whip it out.
And it hits.
Yes. As I whip it out, and you see it slam into something invisible.
Yeah.
And actually there's extra lightning damage as well. So another D4. Oh, actually, I don't know if that's actually included already in the...
It's when it crits.
Oh, when it crits? Okay, my bad. Yeah, when it crits. Okay.
Yeah.
And no, even when I don't crit, it's still 1d4. And then when I crit, it's another d4. Oh no, so regardless if I crit or not, it's 1d4 extra damage. If I crit, the target makes a DC 16 save or be stunned for 1d4 turns.
That's what it is. There we go.
Yeah. So I'll roll the d4. 1.
Which
Okay.
the additional damage is already rolled there, which was a 1, which is really funny.
Okay.
The fact that you rolled a 1 twice.
It just consistent.
Oof. So as the chain slams into the Bone Devil, you see its head get knocked back as the invisibility drops, and it leaps at Red's back. Stab, bite. So this is one with the jaws as his mouth sinks in,
Okay.
which would make that a 28.
It's a hit.
Okay, this is...
And I
these
don't know
things right
when
now.
I
This is going to
choose to
suck.
do it, but I'm going to shield block if this is... I'm going to shield block this.
Yeah, you do that as a reaction, so you can do that.
Yeah. So what is it? Takes the damage and adds like the 5 hardness to the brunt of the damage to reduce it, right?
It's 10 hardness because it's up to 3rd level.
Awesome. So that is
So
okay. 22 points of piercing damage, plus 2 evil damage.
evil damage. Okay.
Evil damage.
So 24 am I subtracting my 10 from that?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you see like Red raises this shield and it just gets like it like blocks it for a
So-
second and then it smashes.
As the jaw comes down, it slams into the arcane barrier and then shatters through it into Red's shoulder, cracks into the concrete as the 2 claws come up as well. With that, that would be a 31.
A hit.
Ah, man. So then that would be 18 points of damage.
Jesus.
And then... Whew. It is
Red's
going
looking hurt.
to-
So's Mentala.
It's going to look at Kyoko, lock eyes, and you're going to hear in your head again. What is your use here? You've done nothing. As you are hit with 2d6 mental damage because you did not answer the previous question.
Oh.
You take 11 points of mental damage.
Oh, jeez, that was such a high roll.
That was a 6 and a 5 on a 2d6.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Kyoko just kind of like grabs her head.
So the question is heard,
Oh.
and the headache rings true. Another question was asked.
What was the question again?
What is your use here?
I already told you. I just healed. I'm not. I can't shoot very well. And you're a coward.
Okay. With that, the devil in the amber above is going to look to Mintala. Say, you don't belong in this world, do you?
Mentala hears this and he thinks about New York and like all the energy that he saw and how it all made sense and was all so beautiful, and it just felt right. And he says, I was born in this world. I belong here.
Okay.
Also, Champ makes a point that evil damage only affects you if the opposite alignment. Me and Red are chaotic neutral.
Sweet. Then you heal yourself up those 2 points.
Red is not looking hurt because that puts it back over the midpoint.
Ooh. Then the last one is going to hear inside of Chuck's head. Who are you? So who does Chuck decide to be in this moment between the two personalities that he decides to have? 3 personalities that he decides to have. Muted.
You're muted.
You're muted, by the way.
3! I don't know what he answers. Oh, God.
Does he lie to himself?
That's a
Does
good
he try
question.
to maintain? Does he ignore the question entirely?
A man who should already be dead.
Hmm. Is that avoiding the question? I like it. I like that you're trying to skirt it. I can't think if that is skirting the question or not. So we're going to roll a flat d20. If it's a 1 through 5, doesn't take. If it is a 5 through 20, or it's a 6 through 20, you're good. Okay?
All right.
I like that. 19, you're solid. Okay, with that, Chuck, you're up.
Is this thing's no longer invisible because it hit red, right?
Correct. It dropped the invisibility to get 3 attacks in.
How big is the area between Red's legs?
That is a question for Natala.
Would a person be able
I mean-
to fit?
You
All
could
right,
do
so-
you could do a slide on like your back if that was the deal.
So Chuck's gonna run and slide underneath Red.
Do we roll
And-
to see if you get hit by like errant rebar? Or like
He's got a pretty wide stance.
okay.
I imagine like it's I feel like it, like proportionally his legs are a little bit shorter compared to his body than like your average human, but still like there's plenty
Yeah.
there.
Because you designed him to be kind of like Kingpin from Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
So it's just like a
But like not
block.
quite as extreme, but that kind of deal, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
what would
this
be?
is basically just a roll for cool.
I mean, I'm willing to give it to you, but I want to work with Bentham here on what a dexterity check would be to slide through and not get like slammed up on a leg. So
It's up to you. I think there's room to do it. But
Okay.
you can say that it's difficult in the moment to like aim right.
There's just a lot happening. Someone's talking in your head. You got stabbed. The thing's going invisible. There's just a lot to keep track of.
I can roll acrobatics if you want.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, it would be a I think it's called like tumble through. Trying to move through something else's space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll roll acrobatics.
Go
Yeah,
for
that's actually true. That's a whole action, actually, with a pretty good benefit.
27.
Easily. You boom, slide right through. And actually, because this thing had like
It's a 16.
jumped onto the back of, so it's right there. So I'm going to say you get through both of them. Now you're on the other side.
Cool. I'm gonna shoot it. Do I get a flanking bonus? Is that a thing?
You do.
Oh, cool.
It is flat-footed,
Um,
which means you have a +2 to hit, or their AC is -2.
Okay. Well, I'm shooting both my guns. That one
Do
has
it.
a silver bullet. This one does not.
Every time it's a normal one that hits.
I know.
One that doesn't.
I know.
As you're sliding through, you go bang, bang. Just for fun. You know, it goes right up between the legs for that second bullet. Ping! Off of a bone plate. You hear it come from him as you slide through it, the other one going wide. With that, Cade's turn.
I think that was my 6th time shooting, so my secondary pistol might be out of ammo.
Okay. You did reload like twice.
I always
to
was reloading
top
the
off.
bleeding one.
Gotcha. Cade's gonna roll. With a 14, the last sigil dissipates in and he turns the door. As that happens, he turns around and goes, "Move out of the way." As his hand lifts up, there's this purple energy that goes to the altar as the altar rights itself upright. He throws it to the side and it gets launched at the Bone Devil that is between Chuck and Red. And he is going to use telekinetic bombardment. Grasp a piece of landscape such as a tree, a carriage, or a piece of masonry like this. And you launch it as a missile in a 10-foot burst or a 30-foot line. So he needs to make a reflex save against Cade's DC. Fails. Yeah, fails. And takes 14d6 of bludgeoning damage.
What?
14d6 is so much.
Why are there so many ones?
in there?
This takes 43 points of damage as the altar gets ripped out of the ground, hovers in the air for a moment, and launches like a bus out of nowhere, slamming into the Bone Devil and actually killing it outright. It was actually like 15 damage away from death. You guys were so close. And it
Missing.
slams into the wall as you see the limbs drop as the door goes open.
Let's go.
I think we get out of here.
Before, I'm going to wait for everyone to like start moving, and I again want to slow down specifically the one in the center. And I want to use my turn to slow that one down before I catch up with everyone else.
I was gonna do similar is slow the one in the ceiling and then act together. Me and Red both move out of the room.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I think it'll be a lot easier to handle the smaller one in the ambush. Like if that breaks loose once we close the door, that's fine. But if we can get just a few more seconds to keep this other one in there, that'll be useful. So I will also aim for the one in the ceiling with my ray.
Sounds good. All right, so blast. Go ahead and roll your damages. We'll see if this buys you guys a lot of time. It's now that the barriers
5
are
on the
gone.
dot.
5 on the
Ooh.
dot. All right,
7.
2 turns that it gets of additional time. And as Door opens. There's a small hallway that leads to an open archway. And in there is this large painted sigil on the ground with these floating red crystals. And in the center is a hovering full bone devil, splayed out with gaps in between the sections of bone, keeping this thing separated and in like an exploded view of like a blueprint, as this red crackling energy is being siphoned off of it into these crystals and refocused into this roughly football-sized diamond-shaped crystal in the far side that is floating above this altar that seems to be shooting energy down into the ground, out to the walls that are then coursing with more of those red lines going around the rube and up into the ruby that's above the doorway now. Okay, says, come on, we have to go.
All right, where are we going? I thought we're trying to get that thing down.
He's saying he's pointing like through the doorway because everyone's still in the room.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going.
Rush in.
Everybody rushes in.
Close behind Kyoko.
Chuck has to get up and then move. He's prone because he slid.
You guys have enough time. You were able to put enough freeze onto the bone devils in amber that you were able to lock them up. And as you guys all get through, Cade looks at the door, puts his fingers on it, twists it again as the purple sigils shoot out, lock it in. He goes, okay, this will buy us some time.
Hey,
Good job.
what are we doing from here?
Well, now what?
Well,
Oh, my head hurts. They were
Did you
saying
guys-
things to me.
Ezekiel
Hear
places
another
a hand
voice in your
on
head.
Kyko's.
come to drain more of me.
Yeah, sure. Chuck lifts his pistol and shoots one of the crystals.
Really? Roll D20.
Can we
Just
stop
a
it?
regular D20
Yeah,
or
can
my
we
actual
stop
attack?
him?
I guess this would then become a initiative. So
Yeah.
roll initiative, and if Chuck wins, 25, 19. 25.
Also
Who has the
25.
higher dex between Mintal and Chuck?
My dex is 18.
Same.
Roll again. Roll off, baby.
Roll
Yeah.
23.
23.
14.
Oh.
So what do you do as Chuck just, okay, pulls up a gun, points it.
I feel like there's not even enough time for it to be Red that does it. It's actually Mintala, like, just jumping in from this, like, double jumping in and hitting his hand to just knock it off course.
I'm
All right.
shooting a crystal, not the bone devil.
Roll with a -5, I guess we'll say, as it fires off randomly. This is only, I'm saying roll because it'll be a random % chance of it hitting something else important.
It's like
So actually, roll me
ricochets and hits me.
roll me a flat check.
Just a
We're
D20.
just going like a random chance check here.
Oh
So
boy.
just a flat D20.
Flat D20. Don't roll low. Okay.
God, that was almost a 1 on my 3D dice.
The bullet goes wide and slams into a bookshelf in the far corner. As you guys enter this room, there's more of those random bottles with materials, the glowing liquids swirling around, these infernal runes carved into the floor, bodies in the corner that have been drained of blood as these like sections of this blood rune on the ground seems dry and reapplied, and you see sections where it's like they've just coated it over to have the fresh blood going
Chuck,
through.
we're not here to fight them. We're trying to help them.
I was shooting one of the crystals. That was the last bullet in this gun.
And we
Do
don't
you know what
that
shooting that
does.
crystal would do?
Why would you?
No,
waste
but I don't care at this point.
your bullet. Kyoko will look up at the creature that's hanging up there. If she's not sure if they can hear, but she just kind of steps forward and says, "We're here to get you down, not to siphon you from. Well, however they're doing this to you."
We're here to free you.
It physically cannot move any part of itself, but you see like the eyes swirling back and forward rapidly, looking you guys up and down. You are here to free me from this torture.
Well, that's the thought.
Do I look like a guy that would siphon something?
I believe not to judge, even though I know not what you humans are capable of anymore.
Good
If
thing
we
I'm
free
not
you, will you leave
human.
this place without harming us?
If you do not harm me, I am bound to leave.
How do we free you exactly?
Cage goes, these crystals seem to be binding him. If we just destroy those, then he'll be free.
Oh, okay, then
Thanks for stopping my bullet, guys.
we had
To
to
be
make
fair,
sure.
And I'm just going to say this. Did you have any idea what you were doing?
I totally knew exactly what I was doing, like I always do.
Roll a deception
Like when you
check.
pulled
I'm not
those
even
three
asking you to tell me
levers?
if that's a persuasion or not. That's straight deception.
You had no idea
Right.
what you were doing.
You don't know that.
I rolled a 27.
Yeah.
I do know
yeah.
that.
All right, well, then, from my occult knowledge, would that seem like the right thing that we would need to do? Is destroy the crystals?
Roll occultism.
I mean, Kate said it, so I'm like,
Yeah,
enough for
I'm
me.
assuming from what Kate said. 29.
Oh,
Nat 20.
hell
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
We've all,
you-
wait, who hasn't had a nat 20 yet? Yeah. Whose turn is it next? I've had one. Mintala had one. Did Mintala have one?
oh yeah, I
Yeah.
had one, yep.
Yeah.
I've had one.
I haven't.
Tyler.
I'm the only one.
Oh.
It's just you.
All right. Then
I had a lot of nat ones.
That is true. Yeah.
with a nat 20, you recognize the blood on the ground is a summoning sigil. The crystals are binding crystals that hold this creature in place, and they needed a few of them, 9 in total, to be able to hold this particular devil, each one holding onto a different section of its body.
I think you're right. Let's get rid of these, but that looks like a summoning portal. I don't know if they'll stay here after we untether them.
As long
Wow.
as we don't harm
As-
them, we'll be fine.
Agreed.
As I
How does it-
look up at this thing, I think he kind of just gonna be for flavor, this aesthetic change, but I think his left eye kind of shifts a little bit. And
Mhm.
I don't know, I think you know it, but it looks like the Duke's eye as Azuka
Yellow.
ask the Duke, turn yellow, as they look up at this, as Azuka internally, mentally asks the Duke, what do you think about all of this?
And you just hear, "Oh, my brother, what have they done to you?" And you feel this grief. As when that is said, you hear in your head, "It has been a long time, sir. I will
Another
free
voice in
you
my
from
head.
this. Do not worry."
Azuka will, I think there's a moment of like, despite the very occult nature and atmosphere, us just fighting for our lives against devils in the room over, Azuka has like this awkward energy of like being a outsider watching family members talk and just like, yeah, I'm here too. Yeah, we're gonna help you. You're gonna like just interrupt the conversation. Goes, yeah, we're gonna help you out here. I have so many questions to ask you about
As
the Duke later.
that is happening, you're having those feelings of, I feel awkward in this moment. You look forward as an image of the Duke steps out from you.
Oh.
And it's a very odd feeling, just like you were just like your
Yeah.
3D models inside another one in a video game. And it walks forward and puts a hand on the cheek of the Bone Devil, and it actually looks down at it. And you guys see in the blood footsteps. And as he goes to touch, some of the energy actually courses down and like branches onto him. And you see an outline of this humanoid figure in this electricity.
We all do.
You guys see the outline. Azuka sees the full embodiment, still covered in electricity.
And I'm guessing
And
we
it
see the
turns-
footprints in the blood too.
And it turns to Azuka. Do what needs to be done to send him from here. I will not see my people be treated like this.
Whoa, what's that about?
I think Ezekiel will he won't even acknowledge what other people are saying. So I think he is kind of like eyes locked on this reunion, and he nods and turns to the rest of the group and says, "We should get them out." Yes, the crystals.
Kyoko's
seem to be
over
the
by
only
one
thing
of the
keeping them
crystals,
in.
looking at how to
Chuck's already
Okay.
reloading his pistols, so he wasn't even looking up. He's just reloading his guns and pulling the silver bullet out of one and putting regulars in. He's like, they're crystals, whatever.
There are these gnarled, like mortar and bone pillars that have these little brass pokers that are sticking up that's like right below a floating crystal. And it seems fairly fragile. There doesn't seem to be anything that is innately pulsing off of it, but it does have like some of that electricity from time to time will arc into it, down into the pillar, and then off.
How much force do you think these will need?
Well, Kay just looks at you. It's only one real way to find out in moments like this. He kind of sticks his hand out at one, and you see it start to form into like a grasped fist as you see the crystal just start to crack and it shatters as its hand becomes free and limp as it falls forward.
I'm going
I
to
have not
cast.
moved in a long time. As a hand kind of goes and puts his hand onto the shoulder of the Duke in front of him.
I'm gonna cast telekinetic projectile and just launch one crystal into another one.
You stole my
to take
idea.
out-
I was about to do that.
Can you
I was
both do
like,
it
these
at
are
the
probably
same
like
time?
one bulk. I
We
can
can do it at the
totally
same
like,
time.
Yeah, do it at the
we
same
both-
time and be like, look at each other and be like, I the same
We
idea.
both just reach. Yeah, we both just reach out, and the crystals like jump off of their blunts and like smash into the back wall. Yeah,
You
nice,
guys-
yeah.
Have your moment of easily, as bit by bit, this bone devil is fallen to the floor.
All right,
And
I'm
it
all
almost-
reloading. He looks up and it's all done. And he's like, God damn it.
And you see it kneel and prostrate itself in front of this invisible figure in front of him. Now with the energy dispersal gone, the only thing left for you all to see is the footprints that were last there. But Azuka sees everything.
I think I say to Cade, like, should I be worried about this situation here, or is this just okay?
I don't imagine that it's all right. But it
There
is
is a
what it
deal.
is.
There is a deal in place to keep us safe from, well, that. And they can't go against deals if they are, allied with Asmodeus, so.
Speaking of that deal, hey, did you guys know that the people that were encasing you were Nazis?
And you see, make a persuasion. Make a deception? Yeah,
It's
you're trying to-
deception.
yeah, this would be deception. Make a deception check.
I mean, they might be. We didn't ask.
Yes! I not 20.
Oh my god. The
This is
ritual has been
probably-
complete. We may end the episode.
All right, have a good day, everybody. We'll see you next time. So bone devils have disconnected front portions of pure jaw. It kind of comes up here, and you swear that you do this so well and you deceive so perfectly, but it is entirely offsetting when you see a bone devil smile. And you see like creak up and those bits of bone actually like crack and his jaw begins to vibrate and energy crackles along its spine. Then I can repay back in kind. As you see him just start hand forward crawling towards the hallway. I will clear the way. And you see as its tail whips back and forth as it disappears into the darkness up to the doorway. And Cage goes, well, in that case, snaps his fingers, and you hear a door swing open. And then you just hear, it just sounds of bones smashing to the ground, amber shattering, and you hear sounds of combat. Does anybody look back to see what happens?
Yeah, I'm
I think-
looking.
Yeah, Zuka looks back, and I think he fully believes that these guys are Nazis as well, and goes, "Oh, I feel even less guilty about this." Okay.
With the net 20, I think we all believe it.
Yeah.
Through the doorway, you
Talk to them a
see
bunch.
bone shards launch across the open doorway. You see one of the mafiosos stumble in, half of his bone plates ripped off as a large bone devil, 10 feet in size, lunges fully horizontal into him, knocking out of frame of the door. And then another one comes down and just screams at it as the bone devil then comes up, pierces its claws into its chest plate, lifts it up, grabs it by the hips, rips it in half, throws it to either side of the room, and then charges back into the further corridor where you came from.
Chuck isn't looking. He just spins his gun and puts it in his holsters and just
And you
goes,
hear, go.
Yep. My work's done.
And at the end of that sentence, you hear, as bullets are firing in the distance, you can hear the echoes of the concussions from the gunpowder. And you just hear just
We
streams
would hear
being
it,
cut
but
short.
the mic says that we
But
don't.
Discord says no.
Yeah, a lot of the sounds you're
Yeah.
making,
Yeah.
it's just like
Not coming through.
I
I'm-
see
I'm
the I see
imagining
the
them.
movements, and I'm like, those are. I bet
Let me
I can
try. I
imagine.
bet
Those are
there's
bone
noises.
devil movements.
look.
Takes a
I
lot-
can
okay.
make you some
That?
explosion sounds.
Do you hear that?
Or you want guns, like gun sounds?
Yeah,
That's
a lot of
different
guns,
thing.
a lot of
Okay,
firing.
Gotcha. That will take me a bit
Just
to
going
find.
crazy.
Hold on.
What is?
What is that?
I don't know if we'd hear that. Just applause from the other devils that are watching from hell. You hear a celebration of, we got see boys.
Nazis
Oh
back
my
on the
God.
menu, boys.
And with that, the mansion is clear.
It's Xiancheng in the warehouse all over again. But this time the
It
door's
really
open
is.
and we see it all.
We see it all.
Oh my God. Well, that, I believe, takes care of this problem. Thank
Right, can we get out of here then?
you. Yes. Just a moment, though. You see him walk back to the crystal that had been like powering everything on the walls, and kind of takes it out of its housing. And goes, interesting. Okay.
Well, you can hold that one, unlike the
Yeah.
emerald.
This seems to be whatever was housing the Bone Devil's energy. But I wonder if I can manipulate this to help you out, Azuka.
Sometimes things like that can store spells or other things, entities.
Souls. They were siphoning the excess energy from that creature, storing it
You
in here.
say souls.
Whatever is manifesting itself inside of Azuka.
I think Azuka
This might be the
had
way
been-
to actually do it.
Azuka had been looking at, first it was the carnage that his bone devil was causing, and I think he got very queasy very quickly with the gore of it all. But in turn to look at the Duke, just to gauge his reaction to this, I guess. Like, what is he doing as all of this is going down?
He followed up in step with the Bone Devil, and it got to a certain distance and he stopped roughly 60 feet from you. And he was just watching and smiled.
I will take just a few steps forward. And I think this is more of him just, because I think Azuka understands magic enough to know that for a lot of effects there is a range from an origin point. And I think he assumes that maybe he stopped at 60 feet because that's as far as he can really leave from me. So he's going to take a few steps forward. Not even really like fully not even acknowledging what Cade has just said to him. Just kind of walks forward, and for Azuka is giving the Duke, I guess, more space to be closer to what he referred to as like a brother. At the very least seemed like some kind of respect or maybe even like love between them. Platonic or otherwise, I don't know. But so I want to like basically loosen that leash, for lack of a better term, let him get closer so he can really be around this Bone Devil as all of this goes down.
Yeah.
As you stand there for a while.
As you release out, he walks forward, kind of turns to you and nods and dissipates out.
And then we'll kind of... Sorry, what were you saying? And we'll turn to Cade.
I could work with this. We could... between this emerald and this crystal, we might be solving all of our problems.
All
Wait,
right.
I'm sorry.
If it works. Like, we're going to have to run a bunch of tests, of course, because I want to make sure that we can separate the two, but this is not the place to talk about this.
That's
Yeah.
what I was gonna say. And Kyoko's gonna put their hand down on the ground and just see if they feel things or see anything.
Emotions or trying to see through time?
Time.
Roll fortune telling.
Nope.
Oh.
14. I'm
There
not
is
doing great
a-
in this place. This.
Yeah. There's a cacophony of images that flood into your brain of the Bone Devil over and over and over again, being in pain, being tortured, being stripped of this energy, people mutating, failing, exploding, growing into these monstrous things. And it all hits you at once, and you have this pounding headache.
I think you see kind of like a tear roll down.
And in
His
some of them, you
face.
actually have to stop yourself from throwing up. It's just
And she
terrible.
kind of like jolts back a little bit from it.
Okay.
Face goes pale.
We should get moving. We've done what we need to. Let's get out of here.
I think that's good.
Kyoko nods and looks to Kane.
All right. Then here we go. I do regret. Well, kind of looks down. I think I can teleport us out. The flask did rejuvenate me a little bit, but I'm gonna need to go straight home. Sorry, I can't
Cade,
take
if
you
you
guys.
need to. You made me able to drive Betsy. It just might take a bit.
That works too. Can we do that?
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
manage.
let's do
Kyoko,
that.
can you stand outside? Betsy has a knack for finding you.
And as this kind of like relaxation hits, you see his arm, the glowing like parts of it that infuse the magic in, dim and falls to the floor and goes, well, clink, clink, clink. That was unfortunate.
Okay.
Seems I was
Azuka will
closer to
pick
my
it up.
head. And you see him kind of like hunch over a little bit. Okay.
Azuka will pick it up. I'll hold it until you get back.
Puts his arm on you. He's like, can you help me out of here? He
Yeah.
just looks tired. And you guys hobble your way out from the mansion out to the street. As you are walking through, you see bodies on bodies on bodies on bodies as you're going through. And off in the distance, you hear, as you get back to the main floor into the big ballroom before you get to the front door, out in the hedge maze that was in the front of the mansion, you see a bit of tail whipping back and forth as a claw comes up and then blood sprays up. He then maneuvers himself out of the hedge maze to the front of the courtyard as you are watching from the windows. Puts his hand on the ground and slowly dissipates into ash. Then it falls to the ground.
Lovely.
Make your way to the street. You wait for Betsy to come up. And you guys return back to the Griffith Observatory after everything is said and done.
And Kyoko just takes a deep breath. She'll help anybody with any wounds that they have.
You can say for this, you guys take your time, fully heal, and you do level up. Level 6.
Oh, damn.
Ooh.
I think this is maybe the second, third, maybe I feel like every other fight, Azuka takes no damage. Azuka is at full
Just
health
rub it
with all his
in.
10 hit points.
I was
Rub it
getting close,
in.
guys. I was getting close.
I had a
So.
moment.
At a moment. So with the arrival of Betsy to the observatory, Cade gets out. I'm gonna rest a little bit, but then I want to hop on this. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Do you want to
Just
come
go-
back, or do you want to stay? Or
I think I want to go back home, I'm going to be honest.
that's fine. How about you come over tomorrow?
Yeah,
Perfect. I'll see you then.
you rest up.
You too. You did. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Don't forget your arm. I will like hand over
Oh,
the,
right.
the
Kind of takes
the
his arm in his
arm.
other arm. Okay, then I'll see you guys in the morning.
See you in the morning.
See you then.
All right. Walks away towards the observatory, kind of hobbles a little bit. A piece of plate from his leg falls off. He picks it up and keeps walking towards the doors.
Yeah, as he's walking away, I think Kyoko just looks to Azuka and says, "How well do you know him?"
I mean, I've known him for most of my life. All the life that means anything, you know, like I'm pretty sure, I think my parents found him when I was maybe 4 or 5. Don't have any memories before then anyway, so for as long as it really mattered, I've known him. I guess he's like old dad, like a granduncle, I guess.
Seems like he's trying
Why?
to get back to the old world.
Yeah. And Azuka doesn't seem surprised by that. Yeah, that's a lot of his research has been in how to get back to the old world, figure out what exactly happened with the tear.
How close has
When
his
he-
research gotten?
I don't know. He's tried to teach me some arcane stuff, but the level he's working at with that in particular, way beyond what I'm able to understand. But he did say that the emerald was an important part to making it happen. But what exactly that means, I'm not entirely sure. It's like really intense magic stuff that I don't really dabble too much in.
And Kyoko looks like up at the sky and then just says, "Well, Pierce Fates really did want me to be here. I guess I'm just
You
where
mean-
I'm supposed to be."
Are you hoping to get back home too?
I'd like to, I suppose, if I had the choice. See my family, but I'll go wherever I'm needed.
I think Azuka looks. I think the word is frustrated with that response. I think with interactions, whether or not Kyoko notices, actually you can decide, Maggie. But if she does notice, I think with interactions we've had so far, you know it's because he's really not a fan of this whole I'll be where I need to be fate's kind of ideal. And he will look to you and just go, yeah, where you need to be. But where do you want to be?
See, that's the thing. There's no place I want to be. I know you folks here in the New World have these dreams of being somewhere, doing things. I've always just been. Maybe I just haven't found the thing that gets me going in the same way that y'all do. I'm not just satisfied making French toast.
Yeah. Dining business is really tough. It's not made for everyone.
It isn't. I understand. I guess where I want to be is helping people. That's what I've always done. Every time I open up a new shop, that's what I do. I never
Think
really thought
that's a
about
start.
what I want, I suppose.
I think you should. I think you've done a lot to help other people and be in a place where you're needed. And I think that's very selfless and admirable.
Apparently not
But-
enough. Look what's going on right here. Bone devils.
Hey, I mean,
Crazy.
again, I feel like it's not on you to have to fix that. It's not really on any of us to have had to fix that. We did,
Well, then
and thank goodness we did.
who will do it? Otherwise, these things will just keep happening. I mean, Chuck Mentala, what are your thoughts? Do you think things should just go on and we should just do what we want to do, not care about the things around us and the world that we have around us? If you were given information about something that was going to happen, something awful, wouldn't you want to try to stop it?
Probably.
Well,
What do you think the man in shadows tried to do? Exactly that.
see, for me, I guess that when the fates stop giving me these visions, well, maybe that's my time.
I think maybe it's just a difference between the new and the old world. But I, for one, helped here with this whole ordeal, not because I needed to, but because I wanted to. I, as selfish as it is, I'll be entirely honest, stopping all of this, I didn't really think a second thought about anyone else in this city other than all of you and my parents. I wanted to protect them, and if that protected the rest of the city in the process, sure.
Yeah, they attacked us, so we attacked back.
And I understand
Yeah.
that. I guess I want to help. So perhaps I'm doing exactly what I want. Just a little nudge from fate.
Just allow fate to reaffirm as long as it's what you want.
Well, without fate and time, how do we exist? I know.
That's an
not
existential
your
thing. Yeah.
But
I'm just glad it's over.
Is it over?
Yeah, don't say that.
And with that, the car drives away down the hill of Griffith Observatory as the camera flies back, taking one longing look at the observatory in LA in the distance before flying up into the clouds. And that's where we'll end for today.
All right. Well. Is it over? No, it's not. We still got 2 more episodes.
You gave me the perfect line to end on. I mean, how could I not end on it?
I wasn't even thinking about the time because I thought
Yeah, wrapped up ahead of schedule.
but
Yeah.
It's a rare one.
thank you all for joining us. We hope that you're enjoying this. And of course, next week is going to be our penultimate episode. That is right. We only have 2 more episodes of Baltorn. So definitely tune in to see how this shindig ends. Will we all survive? Will some of us not? Will people be extracted from one another? Who knows? We shall find out. Will we make it to the old world? I don't know. I have theories. I'm curious what your theories are, so definitely share them with us. But of course, we want to thank our before we go record our after show, we want to thank our sponsor. Thank you, Roll20, for sponsoring today's episode. We super duper appreciate it. If you're curious how we've done our rolls and our character sheets and looking up rules quick, it's all through Roll20, which is super duper handy. They not only have tabletop RPGs, they also have like card games, things of that sort, and you can create your own custom sheets too if you want. So you can kind of do whatever it is that you want with it, which is really handy. And the maps are amazing. Like the lighting that you can do with them is insane. We have shown off some of that in previous campaigns as well. But we do like a good theater of the mind as well. We do have some merch. If you want to check out our merch, you can head on over to designbyhumans.com/shop/roll for it and get yourself a mug, a t-shirt, a sweater, whatever it is that you need to keep yourself cozy or cool, because I don't know what temperature it is over where you're at. And we just wrapped up Vecna's Awakening. It has finished. It is completed. It is a 4-part series, so if you want to check that out, the playlist is over on our YouTube channel, and you can go watch all the episodes at your leisure. We hope that you enjoyed it, and we thank Rift Weaver so much for sponsoring that show series. It was nice to have 2 shows in a week. Perhaps someday we can get the Patreon back up and be able to afford 2 shows again. We also want to thank our supporter today, which is Mia Zilla. Get some roll love in chat for Mia. Thank you so much, Mia Zilla, for supporting today's episode. And also, Mia does amazing fan art, so we love a good Mia fan art. If you would like to support us like Mia, you can head on over to our Patreon and become a legend tier above. And not only do you get access to supporting an episode, you get to play in a privately GM'd game by one of our wonderful cast members or GMs. And right now, Kai is wrapping up, or did you already wrap up that last one? You guys are still doing it. Yeah. So Kai is doing this one, but our next one will be a new GM. Stay tuned. And they will like literally be a new GM that has not ever GM'd in Roll4 before.
Really?
Mm-hmm. For all of those of you who are on our Discord, you probably can work that out or have thoughts on it. We also have other ways that you can support us, like right here on Twitch. You can become a subscriber, or you can use your Amazon Prime if you're an Amazon Prime user and subscribe to us for freebie-ish. And you get access to our emotes as well as our VODs in advance. And if you're a YouTube member, you get access to some of those emotes as well. And whether you're a YouTube member, Twitch subscriber, or Patreon supporter, you can get access to our private Discord where we chat about all the things. And I'm curious to see what people's thoughts are, what we're going to be doing in the next couple episodes. And we know not everyone can support us in a monetary way. There's lots of non-monetary ways to support us. And that is super helpful for us because it gets us other, numbers going up and down, which is super handy for us. So watching us live here on Twitch, making clips, thank you for the clips. Watching YouTube, subscribing, liking, commenting, following us on Twitter and Facebook, liking, sharing, and retweeting those goodies. All of that goes a long way to helping support us. And with that, I'm going to let our wonderful cast members say where you can find them at, because not only are they amazing cast members here on Baltorn, they also do other things on the internet.
And we will kick it off with our Game Master, Kai Bear. Where can people find you at when you are not getting into our heads?
You can find me in all the big T's of social media, Twitch, TikTok, and Twitter. I just actually started a new series that I'm actually kind of oddly proud of on TikTok. So if you want to go and check out, I'm doing a True Facts series about video games. And we just put one out for Diablo 4. But come and check out my Twitch. I'm going to be live later today. So thank you so much. Go and follow all these lovely people.
Next up, we've got Draconics, who plays Azuka. Where can people find you at when you are not letting families reunite?
You
While
can find
stepping
me
through blood. No.
Yeah. You can find me all over the place, honestly. But you can follow me on Twitter at Draconics, DRAKONIQES. Honestly, even actually later today, I'm going to be over on EN Publishing to finish off our short campaign of To Save a Kingdom, and that's happening at 7 p.m. Eastern today. But just follow me on Twitter. Oh, also, we announced it recently, but I'm going to be working with Gabe James Games on a actual play called Undying Hope, which is a zombie apocalypse actual play podcast, and it'll be a stream as well. So if you keep an eye out for that, because we announced the announcement. We announced the announcement a couple of days ago, and then the announcement is going to be happening on the 4th of July. So, and we're going to have like a little trailer for people to watch there as well. It's going to be very, very intense. We recorded the session 0, and we got some really good yelps in from just the theater of the mind of descriptions of zombies that came attacking some of the players. So keep an eye out for that. It's going to be good. It's going to be really good.
Awesome.
But yeah, that's it from me.
Next up, we've got Mentala, played by Ben the Plays. Where can people find you at when you are not smashing things with your gravity maul?
Well, you can always find me here, and soon you'll be able to find me over on the Wandering Inn YouTube and Twitch, because tomorrow they're finally dropping the trailer for the Alien RPG show, The Dark Room Outlook, that I've been hyping up slowly over the past basically the entire year, more or less so far. Finally the trailer's dropping tomorrow. I'm super hyped. I saw another draft of it. It's an incredible trailer. I'm very hyped. It's a huge show that I'm very excited for. We had a watch party where the entire cast showed up for a private viewing of the first 2 episodes because we wanted to see it, even though we were in it. But yeah, it's crazy. It's got an 11-strong cast, including 2 GMs, a bunch of people that you've seen on Roll For It before. It's gonna be really cool. I'm really excited. I do all this stuff too, but who cares?
Follow him on Twitch. He's funny.
And last but not least, we have Apocalypto 12, who plays the one and only Chuck. Where can people find you at when you're not shooting stuff?
Shooting, rooting, and tooting.
Yeah, he was shooting everything. He was shooting anything that was shootable, shooting.
It's true. You can find me rooting and tooting over on my podcast called Go My Favorite Sports Team, where today we had our guest episode again, this time with the world famous Alex Honnold, the man behind Free Solo, the only man who has climbed without a rope or safety equipment up El Cap in Yosemite National Park.
Yo.
Record holder,
Cray.
rock climber extraordinaire. We talk about everything, including the whys of climbing and life in general, I guess. But go and check that out. You can find it video exclusive on Spotify, and you can listen to anywhere you pod your casts. Outside of that, you can find me on working a charity event today. There's a charity auction going on. Sea Dog VA is doing a charity auction, so if you want to go and support that, it goes for, I believe the stream starts at 3. I think it's going to be on his Twitch channel, which is just Sea Dog VA, and it's benefiting an immunocompromised charity, those that help people with illnesses and stuff where their immune system is completely, I believe it's called immune deficiency, something or another. I can't remember the charity. I'm terrible, but definitely go check that out. But yeah, you can find me everywhere as Tyler Scheid or Apocalypto_12.
Are you auctioning off a date with yourself, or is this like you're helping the auction, or you are part of the auction?
I
can get a
consult in
loan out. We
production.
can go and see like Guardians of the Galaxy or something. Like it'll be great.
I consult in production, so you might not actually see me on camera, but I will be there helping out for the event.
Okay.
All right. And I'm Margaret Crone. You can find me at Margaret Crone in all of the places. I am pretty easy to find. I do lots of things on the internet. If you want to see those, follow. There will be some projects coming to fruition soon, which is exciting. But I'm also moving, so chaos. Trying to complete all the things as that's all happening too. But I also make games and video games for a living. I'm currently working on a project called Ashes of Creation that takes up most of my time. And you can find it at Ashes of Creation in all of the places. And with that, we are going to go record an after show, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.
Bye.
Gotta hit the button, so it takes a little time.